I'm trying to think of like where to start. What we're gonna talk about. Your mic wasn't in front of your face. You had the mic way off to the side. I saw that.
I did.
I heard
What?
that. I definitely heard that.
No,
That's for sure. I heard
no.
the.
My mic was in perfect position the entire time. Did
It was
it
like a fucking
actually?
creak. It was like a
It was
ghost.
like a.
It was like
It was like a.
this guy from Spirit Halloween, the movie, a movie that I don't think is out yet, and I don't know if
It's
he's in it.
this is like it was like a creaky sound like from a horror movie, like my favorite horror movie of all time, um
Terrifier, the only
Thor:
one
Love
you've
and
seen.
Thunder. Yeah. What's worse? Because you said that last time, or like it's like watching. What did you say? You said it's like watching Thor: Love and Thunder, but like as your first superhero movie. I was
Yeah,
trying to think of like what is that for like all genres, Like what is I want to say Transformers movies. People have grown on the Transformers. Maybe one of the older
2007,
Transformers
2007
movies, or the
slaps. But yeah, it's like
the
watching
newer one.
like
Sorry.
Revenge of the Fallen as your first ever action movie. It's like, oh wow, that
Yeah,
puts a taste in your mouth. Or it's like reading fucking All Star Batman and Robin as your first ever comic book.
that was one of the first comic books I read.
It was the first one I read.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that
Yeah,
you said that once.
you just don't
Remember when that
listen.
was my meme? Was
It was
saying that was
that was one I liked. I want the record to show. I've always thought that was funny.
yeah, and then I didn't
And then I
stop
made the
doing it.
joke. I made the joke on Twitter, and then you were like, "I made this," and you berated me for years
Yeah,
because of it. And I was like, "I did not do that. You can quote me on that. I've
you
always thought it
berated
was
me for other
funny."
jokes.
I
Yeah,
berate you for the Cars 2 and the Batwheels, which you still haven't seen.
I I'm not gonna say whether that's true or false.
I
I'm
have seen a
building
clip
up
from
the.
Batwheels.
I
I've
have
seen
also
more than
probably
you.
seen a. I've seen maybe half a clip from Batwheels. Does it count if I watched a trailer
No,
like 20 times? Like I
no.
have genuinely watched that trailer like 20 times, like on loop consecutively. I just like kept watching it for like a solid like
Then why didn't
probably
you
half an
watch the
hour.
fucking show? It's
Oh, I
out.
don't. I know.
Batwheel, and all I know is Batgirl. I think Batgirl says sus or like Batgirl says something that's like really really zoomer, and I was like, whoa, did
Oh,
not expect that. I
what
think
is
she says sus,
what is this? The new run of Amazing Spider-Man?
and then fucking Ethan Hawke Batman's like, I don't know what you just said or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't remember what I literally just watched it like 20 minutes before we started this, but I forgot already.
I is it what I said, what is this? Is this Amazing Spider-Man? What's the fucking line from the Amazing Spider-Man run
I
where
don't know.
he's
I'm not
like,
reading it.
that's kind of L of you, Doc Ock, or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, let's just take the L. Is that from the Wells run, or is that just from a
I think
separate
it was
Spider-Man
from the
thing?
Wells run because I thought I
Oh
was reading
yikes!
the Wells run. But the art wasn't Romita. So
Romita might
is
have
what
been. It might be like on and off.
yeah. I think the art was the other dude who drew for Superior. What's his name?
Yeah, the wacky one that I like, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And his art
Yeah,
style is like cool, but like once you get used to it, I'm kind of tired of it.
yeah.
I haven't read comics. What are comics? I only watch movies from my favorite properties. Uh that's the other thing. Like we talked and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go watch Werewolf by Night. And then I sat
Uh-huh.
down and I watched Werewolf by Night. I'm like, it is 2:30 a.m. on a Thursday, like, or on a Friday morning, and I am staying awake to watch the latest Marvel property. What is wrong with me? Is something wrong with me? And I thought that to myself. I'm like, why am I doing this? Well, I don't know. And so now I'm making a stamp after She-Hulk. I am not gonna watch these shows weekly. I'm not gonna do it.
I
Until the
don't
next one
believe you.
comes around, and then I'll probably do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I do not believe you at all.
I think
What's the next
anyone
one?
watched the Groot show? Did anyone watch the Groot show? Remember
Isn't it like
that
for
came out?
children? Isn't it like the? Isn't
I
it
don't
like?
know if it's for
I don't
children or
know.
not. I just heard it came out and it was
It
on the
looks like it's
thing.
for children,
It's probably for children.
which
Then
is
again, we are
crazy
all
because you know
children.
what else is for children? Batwheels.
Yeah.
and the Cars show, which you
Yeah.
also didn't
Which is
watch.
I was going to McDonald's, right? I don't do I still have it?
Uh-huh.
I have to still have it. I was going to McDonald's and like I was trying to contain a laugh because this is what I saw at the McDonald's. They were advertising it. They said fuck, well, it won't focus because I have it on manual focus. God damn it.
You could just I see blurry lightning
No, you
McQueen.
need to
We
see
have
the
audio listeners. This
there it
is
is.
most of our listeners are on
Hit the
Spotify or
road.
Apple Podcasts. Which that reminds me, thank you. Welcome to Fanboy Talk, everybody. Uh,
No, don't do.
I'm TroyBoy17, and I'm joined by Mithi, my co-host. If you're listening to this on an audio platform such as Spotify or Apple Music, go ahead and leave us a like or leave us a rating or a review or
Or
whatever that
if you're
is there.
listening to this, come and subscribe to our YouTube, please.
Yeah,
Do
we're like
it.
40 away from making money off this.
We're not that far.
We're
We're
pretty
kind of
close. It's
close.
just gonna take one big MCU review. It'll push
Yeah.
us over the line. And
Yep.
let's hope Werewolf by Night is that. It won't be, but
We're
let's
gonna
hope.
hope. We're gonna hope. Do
I
we
was
want to
hoping
jump
it'd
into
be.
that?
Let's wait a bit. Let's
Okay.
structure this a little bit.
Remember when we
Uh,
used to? I was doing the time codes for once in my fucking life last week,
mhm.
right? And I was like, wait a second. We used to do the what did I do / what did I watch, and we don't do that anymore because we're
Well, should we just kind of do it naturally, don't we?
yeah, you're right.
Because I
But we need
was
to
just about to ask you what you did this week. I was
no, no,
4 seconds away from asking you.
no, now we have to do it naturally. So we have to talk
Okay.
about some other bullshit.
All right.
Fucking.
What'd you do this week,
uh,
Mithy?
what did I do this week? I've been editing a new video essay. That's
Hell
fun.
yeah.
What else have I been doing? I was okay every single night for the past 5 days. I have been like it's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and I sit down and I'm like, I'm gonna watch Bullet Train today. I said I would do it, and I'm gonna watch Bullet Train today.
Is it
Every
out on
single
digital?
yes, it is.
Okay, with Joey King.
And every single time I just get ready to watch it, I just don't end up watching it. I don't know why. I don't know what's stopping me. I don't know. I haven't seen that many reviews about it too. So I don't know like if it's good or not, but I heard some people say it was kind of forgettable. So I don't know. You haven't
I
watched it
heard
yet.
mostly good things about it. I think.
Okay.
I thought I
Cuz
had at least.
cuz cuz no one is really talking about it, and I like it's a pretty
Well, it
big
came out like
cast.
3 months ago.
Yeah, I thought it came out
When did it come
like
out?
recently. No?
I thought it's been a while. When
Yeah.
did Bullet Train the movie 2022 come out? Fucking Siri, come on, Siri. Jesus Christ,
This podcast
Jesus
is not
Christ,
sponsored by
Siri.
Apple,
Clearly, come on.
but it is on Apple Music.
Wikipedia. I know Joey King's in it. Can I get a date?
But
Jesus.
you can't use Wikipedia as your source. It's not credible. Blah, 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 blah.
Listen, it's more credible than fucking Twitter.
No. Can you actually? Who's the first person to have cited a Twitter post as a citation?
I actually did in an essay once because I made an essay. I did an
Really?
essay about like backlash to racial changes in superhero characters. Like back in high school, I did this, and
Yeah.
I talked to my teacher, Mr. Huang, love him to
Mhm.
death, and I was like, how the fuck do I quote a tweet of people being mad? And he was like, I don't know, dude, go for it though.
Yeah.
And I turned it to a decent video. Fuck my life. Everything's content now. Turn it into a decent homework assignment.
I think
it's
what
pretty
we
good.
need to do, we need to turn the word content into like a wholesome thing. That way they can't
That'd
use
be
the word.
nice. Yeah, and so then fucking YouTube Studio, when it says your content now
Hmm.
instead of your videos,
That's what a
it'll
lot
be
of like.
better.
That's what they call it in for Indian movies and shit.
Mhm.
A lot of the times they're like, "Oh, we're making content for OTT," which is like
That's
it's
interesting.
like streaming platforms, and they take pride in calling it content. I don't know if it's just a few actors that do that, but maybe it's just translations too, not going across the same way. But yes, we are content creators. But what is the other word to use instead of a content creator? A videographer?
I like videos. Yeah, I videographer. I like if you're really pretentious or if you make like big stuff, filmmaker, I think
Yeah.
is totally applicable.
Yeah.
sorry. I'm still looking for the fucking Bullet Train
Bullet
release date. Why
Train.
the fuck can't I find this? July. Okay, no, in France it was July 18th. What?
Hmm.
I'm gonna assume July then.
Movies do that more these days, I have noticed, where they will release in some
Okay,
country a month earlier.
United States August 1st. There we go.
Hmm.
Or early access August 2nd. Or early access though. What the fuck?
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. August.
I don't.
Okay, August. Early August, late July. It's been out for a while.
This is another question for the audience. Is anyone in the audience? I'm talking as if we have a live audience who's listening
Yeah,
to us.
type it in the chat, everybody.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer. If anyone
Oh.
if anyone is like, oh yeah, I don't want to be a Twitch streamer right now. Actually, if anyone in our audience gets like early tickets to go see movies, can you tell me how you got that shit? I just want to know how to get that shit because I live in like a pretty not the biggest town in the world, but not the smallest town in the world. But there's not like a huge film like community. But I know they sometimes do early showings, but I never know how to get into like any of them, like ever. If there's like an application process or some shit like that, or if there's like a globe, like a nationwide thing, someone please tell
I
me
don't
if there's
think
a way
it's
to get
tied
into
to
early
nationwide
showings.
the insurance. I don't think insurance
Yeah,
has anything to do with it.
yeah, that's
But like
good
it
to know.
might. Maybe
I I would know.
maybe Mr. Mayhem is like, oh no, I broke your car. Here, come see Bullet Train early for me, early with me. Come to the premiere of Spider-Man No Way Home. You can see all
Oh,
the Instagram models that went.
oh boy, we got your premiums wrong. Do you want to come to the No Way Home premiere? Yeah.
I mean like I've gone to like a couple, but they were mostly like I went to like Shazam and Aquaman early, but those were mostly just like you have an Amazon account, so we're doing a
Yeah.
partnership with DC and the movie's coming out a week early or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how like
You just
movies
get
work,
into
you know? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like there's the
But
whole thing with like screening DVDs too. That's the other thing right now. That's the big way for reviews and stuff.
yeah. And that which
I just
is
realized I was
that is
off
kind
kilter
of
from the mic the whole time.
and you were yelling at me at the early beginning of this episode.
Okay, no, but it was still in front of me. It was just pointed that
Okay.
way.
Mine was still pointed this way. It was just actually
We gotta have a talk about audio. Are you? Oh
listen.
my god, he loves just
Is it still
manhandling this mic. He loves manhandling this fucking thing in our
Yeah, I didn't touch
podcast.
it. I'm not touching it.
We got it on video.
A
We
certain
could.
redacted
It's
and a certain redacted and Eddie podcast was worse at this.
that's
To
fair.
be fair,
That's fair.
where
I
they would
do
like
need a new
slam the
shock mount.
shit.
I
I
I
I probably also need a new shock mount actually.
well, no,
My
yours is
cord
mostly
is like
fine.
going all over.
Yours is
My
mostly
cord is
fine.
going all the place. That's
Oh,
my
yeah?
only problem. Is it's like since I changed my setup,
Get
it's
some zip ties,
stupid.
baby.
That's
Some cable
probably a good
ties.
idea. Yeah, I
Because
like this arm though.
my old one is now like permanently stuck to the adapter that would put it on the light stand because I don't use
Oh,
because I would use that for the for videos, but now I do it handheld because it's more fun, and I can't get it off. It's like welded on there.
I need to see someone do the handheld, but they're grabbing it by the arm, the whole time, like right here.
I
They're just
did that
like,
for a commentary once last year
really?
because like commentaries are more comfortable on if you're doing it on the couch while you're doing handheld, which
Hmm.
like if I was watching something with Olivia, that'd be more comfortable. But
Yeah.
like I didn't want to have any puppy sounds and stuff, so I took a shock mount, the little rubber band thing, into just a pole, and I had us hold that like it was handheld, and it was really not comfortable. And I don't know why I thought that was fine. That like
Yeah,
that'd be okay.
I would
I've
assume
since
as
given
such.
up. I've since
Yeah.
given up and now just do them all handheld because fuck it, I don't care.
For the apartment I was living in when I recorded the Mark of Athena video was like really echoey. So
Mhm.
the only room that didn't have in like that much echo was just because it's small, the bathroom. And like that's a long
Interesting.
video to record.
But
So I like sat on the toilet for like an hour.
that's so fucking funny.
This video
But
with this
bathrooms are
mounted
like
to
all
like
hard
the sink.
surfaces though.
Yeah, but it was like a really small bathroom and like I
Okay.
had a curtain on it and shit. So
I
it was like it
guess.
wasn't as terrible.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't
makes sense.
great, but it was better than like the super open
Yeah.
nothing in my living room
Get
shit.
a fucking dynamic mic, my dude. That's fucking
Yeah,
been killing it. Like I'm in the most echoey place right now, but because we're dynamic, we don't fucking hear it. It's been pretty good.
yeah, yeah. This doesn't have too much echo, but it's not great. And
Mm.
I don't know. I should probably get a new mic, so maybe I'll get a dynamic mic. I don't know. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
fuck,
you
what
do
was I
anything else
talking
this week?
about?
Uh,
What else did I do? A lot of shit for work and school. But oh, here's a fun thing I did for school, which is completely random. We had a data science project, and it was like we had to pick a data set. And I, being the stubborn piece of shit I am, picked a data set off of Kaggle that was like Marvel versus DC movie Rotten Tomatoes scores. And it was like my whole goal for the project was how to determine whether a movie is like fresh or not on Rotten Tomatoes, which is honestly kind of stupid because most movies you can kind of tell whether or not they're rotten or fresh on like Rotten Tomatoes. Not that any of these matter, but
well,
like I
because
was
there's the
just looking at
picture.
this.
I don't.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm
no,
confused.
like you're like based on the other data, like the IMDb
Gotcha.
ratings and like the box office and shit like that. But the problem with my data set is it was only Marvel versus DC movies, and I
Hmm.
wanted more. But how many fucking Marvel movies are there that are all rated fresh and all
Yeah.
make a fuck ton of money? And one of my variables was IMDb gross. So like basically my conclusion at the end was like if you make a lot of money, you're a fresh movie. That's it. It's like I mean that's kind of true, but I'm also
Sure.
looking at only Marvel movies. So like
Yeah.
what do you say about the box office flops that now have like, 100%? I don't
Well, I
know.
think
My
the real
my
smart
sample
thing
was horrible.
is to sample every movie, but also but with the factor of Harry Styles. How
Oh,
has
yes, that's right. How has
how
Harry
does Harry
Styles
Styles
changed?
bring a movie down and run for tomatoes percentage?
Yeah.
Because Dunkirk, I think people like Dunkirk, don't they?
People do, but it's not like consider. I mean, people like it visually, but when you
Yeah,
think of Nolan's best, you go to Inception, you go to
you got Inception,
Interstellar,
maybe Interstellar. Yeah,
and the Dark
people
Knight
really like
movies.
some people really like Tenet.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's Dunkirk, mostly positive. He doesn't speak in it, right? He doesn't talk. So maybe it's number of lines Harry Styles has.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then you've got Eternals where he's in it for half a second,
And then that's so.
and then that brought
And
it
don't
all.
worry, darling.
That was my issue with Eternals. I know that for sure. Um, and then you've got
Robert
Don't
Eggers
Worry,
right now.
Darling. Oh,
Robert
did you hear
Eggers saw
they
he did the
yeah they
data. He's in
recast.
my class. Robert Eggers was in my
Yeah,
class, and he did it with Harry Styles. And then after that, I just saw this casting announcement for Nicholas Holt. Um, you saw that, right?
which yeah I did. I was about
Yeah,
to mention it. Like
yeah,
cool, Nicholas Beast Holt. I
yeah.
like him.
Here's the
He's cool.
thing. I feel so bad for Nicholas Holt. I'll say it. I love Robert Pattinson. When I
Hmm.
saw the whole thing of like Nicholas Holt versus Robert Pattinson, I like Nicholas Holt like a lot. I really like his
Hmm.
Beast, and I was like, it'd be really cool if he was Batman.
I
Robert
could never
Pattinson,
see
I
it.
haven't seen his shit. I now that I think about it, it's a much better decision for them to go with Pattinson. But it's also like, god damn it, that's like you were close to Batman. You're the second person to Batman, and like
Yeah,
no one's gonna
I
remember
see him
you
as
because
more of
like
a I see him as more like not Superman specifically, but like a Harvey Dent or like the kind of
yeah.
lighter character to Rob's like fucking emo shit. Because I don't know if I could see Nicholas being emo, Linkin Park lover.
I think he hasn't done emo before, but he's done like depressed before.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the. Is the Tolkien movie good? I haven't
I have
watched the
no idea.
Tolkien
I heard it
movie.
wasn't when it came out, but that might just be
People
discourse
not.
because discourse is
Yeah.
always trash.
Yeah, I like I don't but I heard like people liked him in the movie. I could be
Okay.
wrong. But
Mm-mm.
then the other thing is he was going to be the main vision I can't talk. He was going to be the main villain of the new Mission Impossibles, the part 1, part 2.
Oh,
But
really?
then he lost that due to scheduling conflicts, and then they got the guy who's playing Deathstroke from Titans on as the villain.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
So that's
change.
which is that
He
kind of
was
came out of
good.
nowhere too.
He was the best part of season 2 of Titans, so
Yeah, yeah.
I liked
Eh,
him.
is there a best part to Titans ever?
Yes, it's him.
It is.
It's him and
I'm
the
trying to
actor for
remember.
Jericho.
I was gonna say the actor for Jericho probably, but
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to
that's the
remember
same
his scenes.
that's the same whole sphere.
His
I'm not
storyline
talking.
is better. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
like that was
Oh,
stuff in season 2 that I enjoyed. I remember being like, everybody hates the show, but I like this Deathstroke Jericho stuff. I think
yeah.
that's enjoyable.
I
It's just
always liked
everything
that
else.
suit a lot.
The
I know
Deathstroke
there was
suit.
a weird thing about the eye, but I always like that Deathstroke suit.
Wait,
It,
what? Which one?
the season 2 Deathstroke
The
suit,
eye?
where
What
it's
about
just
the
like
eye?
because it's like a red robotic eye on one or
Oh,
something
that's
like
right.
that.
I got it confused with the Manganiello one where he has like no eye on that side,
Yeah,
right?
and it's just
No, no,
that's cool.
Manganiello has the like thing coming down the forehead, which that I don't like.
Yes, that it's too textured. I guess
Yeah,
that's whole suit is too textured, but like
yeah. I mean,
even
like
the
it's
Titan
cool. I
season
think
2.
that suit with the Titan season 2 suit with the fucking the Arkham Origins helmet, flawless.
Hmm,
I
yeah,
Arrow fucked it up. Arrow fumbled the fucking
Arrow
bag
dropped
because
the ball.
that was when the CW didn't know how to make suits.
Yeah, I still kind of like it. It has like a charm to it, you know.
It's so fucking hockey mask, you know. It's
It
so
is. It is.
lame.
It's very like a guy in the Midwest assemble this shit together from like a
Yeah.
sporting goods. You know, like that's
When the
that's what that suit is, and it's like,
when the mask from the pilot episode slash like that like the flashback mask of the other
yeah.
guy looks like way better. I am just like I don't want. I fucking love that
That's
mask.
true. That was a great mask, and
Yeah.
he shows up and then he like dies shortly after that, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Yeah.
think
He's in it a little bit. Billy. That's his name, Billy, right? Yeah.
Wintergreen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um I just remember like watching the Arrow premiere and like seeing that in the first fucking episode and be like, "Oh,
Oh yeah,
oh,
yeah,
this is not Smallville," you know?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Smallville did it. Just kidding. I take it back. The worst Deathstroke is Smallville.
What I don't even.
That's my
Oh,
favorite.
because
Look,
he's
look
like
up
a
the
general
Deathstroke from
dude. I
Small.
think I
Yeah,
remember seeing
he's
there's a
literally John McCain with not an eye patch. He has like this big metal hunk over his face.
yeah
It's like
he
cyborg John McCain. It's really fucking
yeah
weird.
that's right. I remember seeing this. We were talking about this. He
Yeah.
looks so fucking dumb. Oh my
Smallville
goodness.
was very the bravery of Smallville
And
is
he's like got like
you know.
is he have does he have a hook hand? What is that?
Wait, does he? I don't remember that.
I'm looking at the pictures and it looks like he doesn't have a right hand, but I could be wrong.
He might
I
have
might
not
be
had
wrong.
a. I don't remember that.
I hate the metal plate. I hate how the metal
It's
plate looks.
so weird.
Oh my goodness, that's a plate and a half. Oh Jesus. Um.
Oh, you're right. He
Also, it
doesn't have a
randomly
hand.
it also showed me
No, no,
the
it's just a sword. He's
Hawkman.
just holding a sword. He just has a glove.
Oh, okay, okay. For some reason, I thought that was a hook. Um, he's just full. Yeah, that's John McCain, all right.
Literally.
You think
And
that's
that
what they
guy,
thought?
that actor is in the fucking Sonic movie.
Hmm?
I guess I'm 90% sure. He was in something that I just watched. Not just watched.
Oh,
Like during my Smallville era, I
you
watched a
watched
movie with
this?
Olivia,
Okay.
and then I was like, "Holy fuck, that's him!" And I think it was Sonic. I
Yeah.
want to say it was Sonic 1 or
Huh.
2.
I
No, Sonic 1 for sure. He might have been 2. I don't know.
I know
Because I
Neil
know Neil
McDonough is in
McDonough.
Sonic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neil McDonough is in American Horror Story season 10. The last 4 episodes. It's like
Mm,
Red Desert or something. No,
yeah.
what's it fucking? I don't remember. It's awful. It was bad.
Yeah.
He plays Dwight Eisenhower. We just watched that. He plays. He plays like a yassified Dwight Eisenhower.
I
It's
mean, it's Neil
so fucking
McDonough.
weird.
Every character he plays is kind of
It's
like, you
true,
know.
but it's like and then you look at the rest of the cast and it's like they got the most boring pick for John F. Kennedy because it's like oh aliens landed and then we see like how the presidents of 50 to the 1950s to the fucking 70s reacted to it and shit.
Mm,
Um and like they got Neil McDonough as Dwight, which is already kind of weird, but I'm like, okay, he's a main character and you get like a established actor and shit.
yeah.
Then you get the Nixon actor who by all accounts is like doing the best he can. He fucking looks the part and
Mm,
it's really funny. But
yeah.
then you get John F. Kennedy, who is in one scene because he fucking bites the bullet literally, and
Yeah.
he fucking he looks nothing like John McCain. Not John McCain. He looks nothing like John F. Kennedy. If you need a John McCain actor, I got one for you. He was on
Yeah. This
Smallville.
guy. This guy.
um,
He's really every single photo he's in, he's just grumpy, which
it's so funny.
he looks like he would play General Eiling, not Slade. I think that's my weird problem with it.
Yeah,
Is it's like that just looks like a
Just a
weird kind of
general.
more badass version of General Island. But
That's fair.
um,
Clancy
but
Brown as
yeah,
General Island was pretty cool.
that was good.
Yeah.
Um, is Clancy Brown in? No, only
Hmm.
Karen Payton. I saw Karen Payton is playing the Penguin dude from from the trailer. We didn't talk about
From
that.
the Mario trailer,
Yeah,
right?
which was cool. But yeah, I don't think Clancy Brown is it. He's like the only
I
like
mean, he might be.
voice actor, right? In that movie?
I don't know. I
And it's only like
probably.
a
I mean,
minor
there might
role.
be like small characters or voice actors. I'd have to
Yeah.
assume,
Yeah, that's true. Do
but
we want to talk about that trailer?
we can talk about the trailer, sure.
What did wait before we do that? What did you do? Because you asked me, and
Oh
I need to ask you because that's natural
no, no,
when
this is your podcast.
unscripted.
I'll just let you go. Never gonna
Okay,
interrupt ever. Um,
I don't believe that for a second, but sure.
hey,
I'm
um,
sorry.
I watched Pearl. Pearl was really good.
Yeah.
Like very like it was stressful, and
Hmm.
it was very good. Mia Goth is a queen. She's very talented.
Hmm.
I love that it's going around on TikTok right now.
I
Um,
the only thing I saw from Pro was that one clip of her
what she's
yelling.
like, I'm a stone, or which one?
No,
The other one where
she's
she's like,
like
what I
yelling, and
do, what I do
she's like,
wrong. Yeah, that's a good one too.
yeah.
She was really good in it. She was great.
Hmm.
Um, I watched Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is like the sixth or seventh Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Hmm.
I've only seen the first one besides this because I heard the other ones weren't great.
Yeah.
And do you know what that movie's about
No,
by chance? Because
no,
I
I do
didn't, and I
not.
just found out like 2 days ago, and then I watched it instantly with Olivia because I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
It's about Wes Craven is told to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. In the movie, he's told that they have to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and the the actress from the first one is getting like it's basically Freddy Krueger comes out of the movies into the real world.
No, what?
It's fucking
That's
fantastic. It is so goddamn meta. Like the main girl is the actress from playing a fictional version of herself with a kid and a husband.
she's playing herself though. Like
She's
she's
playing
not
herself. Same name, same
okay.
everything. There's like a million producers who are all playing themselves. Wes Craven's in it. He's playing himself. Like it's if you look at the cast list, it's mostly himself, herself, them. Like it's so fucking funny. Like
And he's
yes,
the
what you
guy
got?
who made like
He did the
the
first one, yeah,
original.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
didn't do
so
the
it's
other
not like
ones.
this is a weird parody like American Psycho 2.
And this
It's
was
just like
like
this is real.
this was
That's
2 years before Scream too, and I think it's interesting how like I think this was kind of like a test for like how audience would react to like sort of
to
meta
the meta
stuff
shit.
in
Yeah,
horror
okay.
because like Scream is nowhere near as wild as this.
Hmm.
Like there's literally a scene where she goes to Wes because she finds out that the script he's currently making for this Friday the 13th movie
Hmm.
is happening in real life because because like something happens with her kid and then she talks to Robert Englund who plays himself,
Hmm.
the guy who plays Freddy.
Yeah.
um and then Robert Englund is like, yeah, he told me that this just happened in the script. And she's like, what the fuck? That just happened to me. And then she goes to talk to Wes Craven, and then they talk and have a conversation. And it's really weird. And I don't like all the choices. I'm not like huge, but just like the idea of it, I really love.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and then like he walks over to his computer, and then we see that the script he's writing is everything that they just said. Like it's just on their, it's on the screen,
That's
and then in the
honestly
corner it says fade to black. It's fucking, and then it fades to black.
that it's funny because I can see the comedy angle there, but also if you do
No, it's
that
like
right, that
scary.
is a good
Yeah.
horror.
It's not
Yeah,
a
that's
comedy. It's this like slow burn. Like the kills, I watched the Dead Meat video about it. The kills are
hmm,
very, there's only like one graphic kill in this like slasher movie. Everything
hmm,
else is like there's only like 5 deaths.
okay.
It's very like slow burn, kind of existential, and then it as it progresses, it gets like sillier and sillier
Yeah,
because like the line between fiction and reality starts to blur. And
yeah,
like I it's super, and just like I don't love like the decisions of like how they go about, oh, Freddy's coming back to coming to the real world and stuff like that.
hmm,
Like I'm not into that. Um because I think it'd be far more interesting if it was just like because Freddy as an idea became so popular with these movies
Hmm.
that makes him become real in this fictional real world. I think that would have been more
Yeah.
interesting. Instead, it's
Yeah.
just like it's like, oh,
Instead of
he's an
making it like
ancient demon.
fake. Yeah.
He's he's
Yeah.
he's a real ancient demon that was trapped in those first 6 movies, and then
Yeah.
now that those 6 movies are over, now he's coming back to the real world. I don't know. It's weird.
Here's my phrase, they moon knighted it. That's
They
what they
they
did.
did it a little.
Yeah.
It was like, but just like the balls to be like, not to be like, oh, balls on a filmmaker. That's
Hmm.
fucking balls on a filmmaker though.
Yeah.
To be
Yep.
like, we're just gonna take the 7th entry of this horror franchise that I made
Hmm.
and just go fucking so meta with it.
Hmm.
It's I just like I don't know. I just really respect it, and I think it was really
It's
really
cool that they
cool.
did that seriously, because
Yeah,
the pitch is a comedy, but like you can do it seriously. It's cool that
like
they try doing it seriously.
yeah, and it's still like Freddy is a little silly, but he's not like as silly as he was in the later ones because I know he's like very cartoony and like
Hmm.
people like that. He's fucking wearing a trench coat. He's like serious Freddy in this.
Hmm. He
I
knows
don't.
he's in a
I
real
know
film.
not everybody likes it. I fucking loved it though. I had a
Yeah.
really good time with it.
Hmm. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. It sounds promising. It does remind me of Scream, the way Scream has been described to me too.
Yeah,
Of like,
Scream. Like if you look at the intro to Scream 4, and then this movie, like you totally see that these are maybe the same person. And I think this
okay.
it's interesting how this was like his sort of foray into the sort of meta commentary of the
Of
genre.
yeah.
And I think I think it's really fun. I don't know. I
Hmm.
really dug it. That's kind of
Yeah.
my perspective. I think you'd like
That's
it.
cool. Maybe I will look at it
Yeah.
because I'm not like, I haven't watched any of the Nightmare movies, and I will watch Scream. I'm just waiting to
Mm-hmm.
watch it this month.
Nightmare
But
One's great. I love Nightmare One. I
yeah,
like the fucking effects in that movie are killer.
are good. Okay. So
Yeah,
every time I look at Freddy, I am reminded of Terrifier, and I'm like,
that's
is it this
fair.
bad? But is it
He's
that kind of movie?
no. I
No,
think
right?
like there. He's got knife hands,
Hmm.
so it's like okay, take away, but it's not like that gruesome. It's mostly just like oh, they claw at the chest,
Yeah.
and he'll like creep his hands towards something to be like to make you go like ew, oh, you're gonna stab
Hmm.
there, and then he'll be like no, I'm gonna stab, and he just stabs the fucking chest. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Again, most movies are not like that, like
Yeah.
Terrifier.
Yeah.
There's a very few select
That are like
few,
that. Yeah.
and it's
He's
probably just
real.
Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2.
He's real Mephisto face. I'll give him that. Look, he's a everything comes back to Marvel. I'm just making Marvel
Yeah,
references for every
that's
single
fair.
horror movie.
That's fair. But speaking of meta shit, though, before we get into the Mario trailer, did you see that Velma thing?
Yes. Question.
Uh huh.
First question. She is Indian, right?
She's whatever Mindy Kaling is. I don't know
Which is
Mindy Kaling's
Indian. So
ethnicity.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming she is Indian. Okay. I heard people hate it and think it's disrespectful. I don't know everything
disrespectful.
about that. I saw something about that. I don't know if it was people on the other side who are stupid being stupid.
I saw a
But
lot of people saying that they think she's black, which she's not, which I think's weird.
yeah,
I don't know. My issues with this aren't because of that,
it's not
obviously.
with that. I don't care
Yeah,
at all, really. It's cool
I don't
that
care
like
about
an
that.
Indian person is headlining
Yeah,
it, but like
that's cool. But
regardless
it's
of
Mindy
that,
Kaling. It's like she's already pretty famous. It's not like she's like
yeah,
unknown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like her
I
voice
thought
hasn't really been.
mm,
We've kind of know Mindy Kaling's uh fucking never have I ever kind of showed
yeah.
her story. It'd be
Yeah. It's
interesting to see
also like
somebody.
I
I don't
hope
know.
it isn't like, oh, the Indian person is playing the nerd character. I hope it's not like that. Cause
It probably was a little bit in the productions, like just from the
maybe
greedy
because
businessman
Mindy
side.
Kaling did Never Have I Ever,
Yeah,
and Davy in that show is not. She's kind of fucking dumb.
yeah,
She's a nerd, but she's not smart. It's like you
yeah.
can
I don't think
do
they're.
the
Yeah, sorry,
thing,
keep
and
going.
like I don't think that's the point, and I don't think that's even the focus. But
No,
I hope that wasn't the case, even though maybe that was the case.
no. My issues with the show is only just like I saw that teaser and I was just like,
Yeah,
this is very. It wants to be Harley Quinn,
it wants.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's Harley Quinn.
It wants
Yep.
so bad to be Harley Quinn, and I'm like,
Yeah.
honey, you're not Harley Quinn, and like
Sweetie, stop it.
Harley also had a really bad first trailer, so like I will
Yeah.
try and give it the benefit of the doubt. But starting your thing, like making your entire trailer basically like like being like, oh, criticizing this is stupid. is
Yeah.
very brave, you know?
Yeah. That's
And
what
like,
Harley Quinn had such a super like third wall breaking. We're not a DC show, but we are a DC show, but watch a
yeah.
show. And like this is similar.
Yeah,
But so then maybe
exactly.
this show's not gonna be like that, you
Yeah,
know?
I hope.
Um and I was like, I guess it's kind of funny that she's like, why would you recast a character as like a person who isn't white? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. It's
But like,
funny,
why
but
is
like,
Velma say Velma doesn't say that shit?
yeah,
That's a
Velma
weird
isn't a
yeah.
which, but she's not even playing it up as a bit in the scene. It's like very, so I don't know. It
They
just
feel
depends on how
proud
they
of
write.
it, and I'm just yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm
It's
sure it'll be
interesting.
fine. I
Yeah.
will. She also
She's also
she
straight compared to the news, which is did you see that?
is she straight? I
That's
don't
maybe
remember.
I don't know, but the official so okay, the most recent movie, like
Yeah,
mainline movie,
has
Velma's
said
straight up
she's
gay and love
yeah,
her. Great.
and they said
Fucking
she is gay.
fantastic. Finally they
Yeah.
canonized it. She wants to
Yep.
fuck a lady. And I'm like,
Yeah.
finally. God damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking no more dancing around that shit. And
Yeah.
then this trailer comes out, and then it might have happened a few days yesterday or something. The
I think it
like
happened a
Twitter
few days
account
ago.
for the Velma show
Yeah.
said that Velma has a crush on Fred, and I was like, okay, that's a little. We just had everybody celebrated the fact that Velma was gay. Why we
Yeah.
gotta, And then this show that is supposedly like playing up how progressive it is, turning out to not,
Is
be less progressive than the mainline one. At least in that retrospect.
yeah.
Obviously, like with the casting with the ethnicity, it's much better. I don't know. Also, like the art style's weird. Did you see like the Shaggy and the Daphne and the Fred thing?
I did.
Sorry,
It's
he's
just
he's
like
called
Harley
Norville in this
Quinn.
show, which that's weird.
It's Harley Quill, but Harley Quill, Jesus,
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, right? It just looks like Harley Quinn, but like more angular.
It looks a little at least the Daphne and the Norville, because I'll call them that 'cause that's what they fucking called them in the picture.
Yeah.
Those look like fucking Total Drama Island. Those look like very flat, very undetailed versus Fred is like really detailed and very like shaded and stuff, which is just
Yeah, I'm
like
looking at it
confusing.
now. It
And then if you
looks
look at the
like
trailer, there's a lot going on. I like the art style and stuff. I like the shading that they've got going on there.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't know. I
looking
just
at
feel weird
some
about this. You
like
know?
snippets of it and it's very it's really cheap,
Yeah.
which is fine, you want to make this show
But the
fast, but
trailer
it's
didn't
like
look cheap.
the trailer did not look cheap. These
Yeah.
shots I'm looking at look very cheap, but that could
Yeah.
be that could just be like like not finalized versions of it. So
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
like
didn't realize
discredit it, but
that the rest of them were gonna be in this. I
yeah,
thought it
it
was
feels
just
like
gonna
this
be a
could
Velma
just be something
thing.
that's Velma, but then if it wants to be Harley Quinn, you have to bring in the other characters, right?
But they're not bringing in Scooby, it seems like. And then at that
Yeah,
point,
that's what people were pissed off about. Was that it's like, why would you not bring in Scooby? And everyone was really
yeah.
mad about that. So maybe
I don't know
that's
if
what they were
I'd say
talking about, the
mad.
disrespect.
Okay. That
But
makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm just like, if you're gonna do a Velma show, cool. Make it a Velma show.
Mm,
But if you're gonna bring in the rest of them, bring in the fucking talking
the rest
dog
of them.
and make it a
Yeah.
Scooby Doo show. Because I
Yeah.
think there's a ton of market for a mature
What
Scooby Doo
if
show.
what if it is that like they're okay with doing the Velma stuff
Hmm.
as rated R, but Scooby Doo the dog
Scooby
himself is a
himself.
different brand and they don't
That
want to
makes
associate
sense.
that with an R-rated
I would
brand.
believe that. But I
That
mean,
is the
we
cynical, not even cynical, I guess it kind of makes sense, but not
yeah.
I don't know.
But we came
I
really
think that's the
close to
reason.
an R-rated Scooby live action movie in 2002. We came so close to it. And like
Yeah.
I guess different company and stuff like that, but like James Gunn has said he's down to make a third movie and it's rated R, and like Warner Brothers seems into it.
Yeah.
So
So that's
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know the details with that. But you're right.
Maybe it's
It
because
might be a branding thing.
it, based on the life cycle of these shows, I'm assuming they started development on this what like a year and a half ago, probably, right?
I want to
A
say
year ago
I
slash
feel
a
like it's
year and a
been
half ago.
longer. I feel like we've seen that picture
If
for a
that's the
really long
case,
time.
this show was probably being developed while Scoob was being developed, or like Scoob
Yeah.
was being finalized or Scoob was being put out. And if you asked Warner Brothers to make their rated R James Gunn Scooby Doo movie, then they probably would have said no.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
that's my and then when probably they asked, they're like, "Can we use Velma for a thing?" They're
Hmm.
like, "Okay, yeah, you can, but you can't bring any of the other characters. If you do, you have to call Shaggy Norville, and he's
Yeah,
not
that makes
Shaggy, so we
sense.
can do Shaggy and Scooby are two different
I
characters.
buy that.
Oh, you want to make her Indian? Great. That just means she's not mainline Velma to us.
Yeah.
That's the impression the show gives me, is like they want it to be something that like it can stay on its own.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
that's
I think
one thing
the real thing that bugs me is just the meta style humor is just like it just
is
wasn't it
weird.
was like there's a ton of market for a mature Scooby-Doo show, I think.
Hmm.
You know, I think there are a lot of people who'd be into that. But then
Yeah.
the trailer's like, "Oh, HBO Max. Oh, I'm a three-dimensional character." Like nothing but fourth
Yeah.
wall, it's not fourth wall breaks, but fourth wall breaking style type jokes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, "Oh, come on." You know?
Why? Yeah. Why are they doing that?
It's just yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll wait
Yeah.
till we see more because it might be like Harley. Because
Does
Harley
it
had
come
a
out
really
this
shitty
year
first trailer.
or next year?
I'm assuming next year. I feel like we would have seen more,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
coming out next year. But I'm mildly optimistic, but not super optimistic.
Yeah.
Just paying attention to it to see what happens.
And it's like
Realistically.
worst case scenario, we just add it to the list of crappy Scooby Doo spinoffs. It's not like
Yeah,
it's not like there's only.
which
It's
is
not like
already
oh
a
the brand is going to
long
be
enough
so
list.
tainted when we have something bad.
Yeah,
Half of the
no.
Scooby Doo stuff is trash. You know,
Yeah,
not
you just like
you know
it
what I'm
because
saying.
talking dog go row row.
Like well, but like they have like the Scooby Doo spinoffs of like the Velma and Daphne show and like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like
There's
those
like those have
terrible,
been
terrible
yeah
ones.
they've tried to
Yeah,
spin off Scooby Doo multiple times and it's never worked. You know,
it's
Scooby Doo and the
I
fucking
think
13 Ghosts.
to a if you ask a third party, I probably wouldn't think Scooby Doo is owned by WB. Like if they knew, right? There's
Maybe it's
so
just
many
me, but
different
like
Scooby Doo.
he's so I don't know. I feel like he's more tied to WB than like Bugs Bunny is personally. That's just a me thing
Really?
though.
Okay.
I guess Bugs Bunny's in the logo, but I
Yeah.
swear to God, like I feel like like when I picture Scooby Doo, I picture the Warner Bros. Logo right next to him.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
if
know.
I didn't know and someone told me Scooby Doo was public domain, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fair.
I would be a little surprised that they didn't make a fucking Pixar movie, but like I wouldn't be completely surprised.
That's fair.
I
Speaking
guess.
of, did you hear they're making a Grinch horror movie?
I did see that. I was that like image that was this like attached to it, like from that movie, or was
I don't
it
know.
different? I saw the
I have no
image
idea.
attached to it, and I was like, oh, okay. It gave me they're doing the remember they're doing the Winnie the Pooh horror movie
Yeah,
or whatever. That's like, is it coming out this month? Right?
I have no idea.
Or
Is
did it
it?
already come out? I
That'd
don't
be really
remember.
fast if it came out. If it's coming out this month.
Yeah, I
Be a
just know
little
someone
too
was
quick to
working
make
on
a
it.
movie.
Yeah, like they had everything saved
Yeah.
before it went public domain.
That's honest. What if you just do that? You just make the movie and don't tell anybody, and then right when it
And
becomes
then
public
the
domain,
moment
you
it
make sure
comes
it's
out,
okay, and then boom, you got the headlines, you got everything.
is that
I'll do that with Superman.
illegal?
I don't
Is
know. I
because like you're not making money on it until afterwards, right?
yeah, especially if
Like
it's like an indie thing.
yeah, like Jason Todd, High Top makes his
Mhm.
Jason Todd show. He
Yeah.
finishes it a day before it comes out. Jason Todd goes public domain. They say fuck you. No one in the Bat family uses guns. They throw
Yeah.
Red Hood in public domain. Is it? But then how does he also? Is there a legal case to be made about whether or not the intention was to make money? And is there something there where it's like,
Well, if
oh,
they
you
don't own
didn't
the
intend?
copyright, what are they going to do? Sue you for using the copyright that they don't own anymore?
Yeah, because they don't
Like,
own it
they don't own
anymore.
it. Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
infringe on something that's not owned. So yeah, I guess if you know the exact dates and you like don't get you, the thing is you can't get funding. I think
yeah.
you know. I
I
don't
guess
know
you
though.
could get
That's an interesting
you
thing.
can't pocket any of the money that you get from funding. I
Yeah.
guess, right? Because that's what happened with all of these fan films. It's like they're not
Mhm.
pocketing anything; they're spending any extra
'Cause they
they
have
get
to.
on the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they spend all of it, and then they get stuck in a situation where they have to make the movie.
What movie are you talking about here? I don't understand. I'm
I
out of the
don't know.
discourse loop.
I don't know what we're talking about. What are we talking about?
I think I might need to watch 2,000 video essays of that situation to really understand what's happening.
Yeah, each of them at least 15 minutes long.
Each of them at least 15 minutes long, have 100,000 views with somebody that only has like 5 subscribers.
Yep. And then the second
like,
video
cool,
is thank
good
you
for that
guys so much
person,
for watching
though.
the video.
I know.
I really love all the support. Check out my fucking I don't know I'm not gonna
And then
make
they
fun
get
of
stuck
everyone.
making Spider-Man drama videos.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
exactly.
nightmare for me. Like something blows up and I'm like, "Oh fuck, now I have to keep making Spider-Man drama," you
Drama
know?
videos, yeah.
Like, "Oh fuck,
Could
now
you
I gotta
branch
make response
outside of
videos to
that?
High Top."
Could you branch outside of that? If you I don't know who, because there's a lot of them, right?
Mhm.
But you made a video on the
Yeah,
movie before it came out. You got 100K views because I saw videos that got 100K
yeah.
fucking views, right? What do you do after that? Do you just go
You
back to
either
making
go
normal shit?
you either lean into the Spider-Man side or you lean into the drama side. You,
Hmm.
like you could pull, like, a Sarah Zed and start making drama videos about different types of fandoms.
Yeah.
I think that might work well. That might be a good pivot, but no, that's a weird, like it's such a niche
If you
because it's,
had
like,
to
not only
pick
Spider-Man
between the
fans.
two, I
Uh,
mean, maybe you did in some way, shape, or form pick because you make more Spider-Man videos than you make videos about, I don't know, but you make rewrite videos, so that's different.
I haven't
Um,
made a rewrite video in 2 years
yeah, that's fair.
because I
Um,
peaked.
yeah, and then it's been downhill ever since. But ever since you met me.
Yeah.
But if you were in that position and you had to pick between drama and Spider-Man, which would you pick? Because I kind of have my answer.
I feel like drama because,
I was gonna say
like,
drama too. Because the where is
you're
the
not
like
uh-huh.
what are you
What are
gonna
you gonna say?
do with Spider-Man? Like at a certain point. You know what I mean?
You're talking to
I'm
me.
I'm talking to you.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't mean it like that. I'm being really mean
Jesus
this podcast.
Christ.
I don't mean it like that. I mean it like because even if you do Spider-Man, you're not how many video views are you gonna get on your like fucking I don't know Ultimate Spider-Man review past that? People were watching the Spider-Man movie stuff for that movie, right? And
Mhm.
so the thing that makes more sense is to do drama shit because people were watching for the drama, not for
But what if
Spider-Man,
okay, I
I
guess it
guess.
depends on the reason people subscribed because of your video. Like in your video, do you showcase a display of like love slash knowledge of the Spider-Man character, and that's what leads people to subscribe?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
do you just say like, I like Spider-Man, here's drama,
Yeah.
because like
All the videos
everybody likes
I've
Spider-Man,
seen were like the latter. Were like
yeah.
I like Spider-Man. This character is cool, but also here's like a bunch of fucking Discord DMs. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
It's
I
like,
think it's no different than making a big video on any type of like Twitch drama. I guess there's more
yeah,
Twitch drama to talk about,
yeah.
but like you could make a Spider-Man Lotus drama video and then fucking sorry, I said the movie name.
No, you said
You
it.
could
You can't say
you could
it.
make a drama video about that shit and then make a drama
Hmm.
video about fucking Markiplier getting potentially his having his stream ruined by the dev of his one game. I just watched a whole thing about that.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I heard the Markiplier thing with the other YouTuber who like got his video. This was like a few weeks back. He got his
Mhm.
video age restricted, but Markiplier didn't get his video age restricted. But then
Oh, I don't know
they
that.
unage restricted the one guy's video, but then they ended up age restricting both videos, and it was a whole fucking mess where YouTube was going back and forth, and basically the people were racist behind the scenes. That is most
Hmm.
likely what happened.
Yeah,
And
probably.
it's a
I haven't seen
shame,
anything. I guess
but
there's this one game that's like really fucking hard, and this one
mhm,
streamer was playing it and then kind of shit talked the dev while they were playing
mhm,
it, and it was low. It was actually kind of fucking mean the shit they said about the dev.
mhm.
They were like
Okay,
attacking them like personally,
that's
but
not
then
good.
the dev apparently has like a back door into everybody's game, which is weird. I don't know how I feel
Hmm.
about that, and
Yeah.
like it's like a line of and then they can like spawn certain things in people's games and like essentially
Like
make it
live?
impossible. Yeah, like the guy was watching the
That's
stream and then like just fucking spawned like six of the like
that's
I don't know how to just I don't know what type of game. It's like a horror type
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And then so like basically he made this one streamer who was like the biggest player of that game. He made their game like unplayable forever essentially, I think.
Huh.
And then Markiplier said shit. Not as mean. Markiplier was just like, "Oh, fuck this game," basically.
Hmm.
And then his game started getting harder, and people were like, "Did the
Oh.
dev do the same thing?"
Yeah.
And I watched this whole like 30-minute thing about it today, and the guy was basically like, "Probably not."
Yeah.
But
It was just
yeah,
looking into the that's what I love about Twitch drama is
uh,
like stupid and so much of it is dumb. But also it's really fun to see people read into the subtext of everything. You know what I mean? where it's like
Mhm.
this person said this thing here at this time at this place, but then at the same time this was going on. So like, what does
Yeah.
this mean? The
The guy
expression
was
on his
like, "This
face is like
establishes
this.
motive." And I
Yeah,
was like, "Yeah, cool. What?"
yeah. I really like. I really want to see them all become lawyers and like just
Yeah.
fail completely because they're just
Speaking of
everything
lawyers,
is
how's
oversight.
She-Hulk? Sorry, not to change the subject.
I think we brought up like lawyers and like rules and shit like 3 times, and I was thinking of a She-Hulk segue, and then I stopped myself because I'm like, no.
No.
Um, She-Hulk is a show that
Mhm.
exists, and yes, the latest episode was probably one of the better episodes, but it still hasn't changed my mind on the show, which is that it exists and it is a show. People on Twitter are going crazy about a certain character that shows up.
Yes.
Um, and it's cool to see him. Like, we can spoil it. It doesn't fucking matter, right? The Twitter account posted it.
What do you mean? He was in the trailer. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
as-
right. I forgot he was in the trailer.
I'm not
Oh,
watching the show and I know this shit.
yeah, I know. I for some reason I thought that I couldn't
And I
spoil it. I
also
don't know
have
why.
not seen the episode, FYI.
So
I will
Spider-Man
watch it
shows
later.
up, right?
Oh shit, I
But
gotta make content about it now. I gotta make content that will only be viewed for the next 3 days because people are gonna forget about it in 3 days because that's how
yeah,
all these shows go.
people are gonna forget about it by the finale, and then after that, Black Panther comes out.
Yeah.
No, first Black Adam comes out, which isn't Disney, but still, Black Adam comes out. Then Black Panther comes out, and then we'll get like a little bit of space. So Black Panther will get its time to shine. You
Yeah.
know,
What's the next show?
next year probably.
What do you know what the next show? Is it Secret Invasion?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So we got a while to the next show.
Okay.
So I
That's
guess that's
good.
nice.
That's
Everyone's
yeah.
gonna have peaceful Christmases. But but it's like he shows up and it's cool to see him. And like I have watched like 7 episodes of season 1 of Daredevil, so like I am not well versed in the character in its entirety. Okay, I'm not the person who can speak on whether or not this is a good representation
It's only
of
a
the character.
7-year-old show.
I know. Okay, I liked it.
It's
I'm
only
still
30
watching it.
episodes. It's a very
I'm
short show
I
too.
know, and the episodes aren't that long too. I'll yeah, I know. It's just very slow paced, and
I
I
understand.
take my
I
time.
still haven't seen Cyberpunk, so I get it.
Yeah. I forgot that even came out. But
Super apolitical cyberpunk. No politics involved.
yep, as I can
No
tell from
agendas forced down your throat in the story called Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
yeah. But yeah, it's fun to see him. Everyone's
Mhm.
making memes about him and She-Hulk fucking
They fucked.
yeah.
They
Honestly,
finally Daredevil.
they
Just
handle
kidding. Daredevil fucks a lot in the Netflix show.
they handle sex a lot better than Eternals on She-Hulk. I'll give them
Well,
that.
they go the MCU route. Every MCU thing has to introduce a character in another movie and then they expand upon them later.
Yeah.
Sex was
Sex is a
introduced in
character.
Eternals, and then Sex's backstory was expanded upon in She-Hulk. Because
Yeah,
it's like
okay,
that's the
okay.
thing. It's like now the MCU fans are like, "Oh, sex! I remember that from Eternals."
They expanded on Sex's whole like power set in
Eternals was the origin story, but it was like okay, well now the character exists, and that's all that
yeah,
matters.
yeah. They mention sex being satisfying in the episode at one point. And so that was another clarification added that this is a
Sex is a
satisfying
good
tool.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's not an anti-hero.
Do you think there's like a Marvel fan wiki page for sex? If there's not, there really should be. I'm begging somebody to make that, and then like show like appearances. Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1.
We got Turtles. It's been sexless ever since.
Yeah.
All the fucking inappropriate comments about Aunt May.
Yep. As a reference to
entirety of She-Hulk, apparently.
It was an Easter egg.
Yeah. Easter egg. They didn't have the rights to it yet, so they had to dance around it, just like the mutants.
Yeah.
Instead of
the
saying
Black Widow,
sex,
the Black Widow Hulk thing.
Oh,
The Black,
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Oh,
that's another
fuck.
thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There are small references. They were building up to this reveal that was Eternals.
Yeah. This
and then
was
now
really
they've
the Thanos of this entire saga. Infinity Saga? No, I'm talking the sex saga.
What is sex if not
What is sex?
grief persevering? um,
So I have not seen the episode.
it's
I know
good
he does a
enough.
flip, and I know he fucks, and he
He
makes a joke. I don't like
Brian
the
said it
costume.
best. He is
Still,
gum. He is.
yeah.
Brian said he was gum, and I can't think of a better. Everyone was like kind of freaking out about how like fine that scene is. I thought it was atrocious. That one scene, I thought it was terrible, and
Which
it was
scene?
just stupid. The one where he's flipping around in the
Oh,
fight scene.
I
I
just saw the
hated.
flip. That's all I've seen.
I thought he looks like gum, and it's terrible, and the episode gets better after that.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought like this was like a metaphor. I thought it was like, oh, he's like gum because he's so malleable that he can. And I was
Yeah,
like, this is going to be an interesting take. What did Brian
yeah,
say about
no, no,
Brian
no.
about Daredevil
Just
being gum?
no, no. It was just gum, as in he's like gummy,
If anything,
like
Daredevil's more like cum, and I'm not going to expand
because
upon that. See, that's
because
something that hasn't been
no, yeah,
established in the MCU.
they haven't established cum yet. Yeah,
We need some confirmation that cum exists in the MCU.
we need the cumster to join the MCU. Moon Knight season 2.
Moon Knight. Finally, we get the hit character of Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. He joins the defenders of sex.
So yeah, the only thing I've seen from the episode are the little flip,
Yeah,
and the suit, which I don't like the suit. I know people
I
like
hate
it.
the suit.
I don't like the yellow. That's just a me thing. I've never liked the yellow.
It's not
I
even
get
the
people
yellow. It's just
Uh-huh.
it's made so like muddly, you know?
Yeah.
It like looks like it's not a good shade of yellow. It's not
Yeah.
even really a good shade of red because it's like darker than maroon.
Yeah.
Which I know that's a lot of people's
That's what it
problems
was
with
in the other one.
Yeah.
It was very
And it's
dark
like
red.
and then when you put it in red lighting, it looks cool, but then when you have him standing next to like Luke Cage and like
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, it's like this is just like a dark maroon. That's all it is.
I
So
mean,
it's like I don't know. This suit,
I like the Netflix suits, honestly.
I
I
think
really
it's
like the suit
fine.
Defenders.
I think it's fine. I think this suit is worse,
Yeah.
definitely. Like it, I kind of like the gloves being yellow
Mhm.
individually. Like that adds like a little bit of texture, but the suit as a whole just looks real muddy. You
Yeah,
know,
I get that. It's just a me thing. I've never liked the yellow. Like it's just. I hope it doesn't stick around for too long. If it's just for this, I think I'd be happy with
Yeah.
it. You know,
I think they're probably gonna do the black suit for the show, right?
we did the black suit. Oh, like the
suit,
Shadowlands
but then
suit?
make it black. Yeah,
That'd be cool. I like that, but I
yeah.
don't know. I think people are like clamoring for like a show where
Big
he's
red
in the
suit.
red suit for the whole time
Yeah,
and stuff. In
yeah,
a red suit that isn't garbage, like season 2.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry. End of season 1 suit was garbage, and then I don't know. Season 2 was weird with it.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it's a good episode, you know. They give
Mhm.
him good shit to do. He feels like the character I know from the 7 episodes of Daredevil, where he's like
That's
charming.
good. That's good to hear.
He's kind of fun. He's not like depressed, but he's intelligible. I think that's the best way. You know, when characters in the MCU are not quite intelligible, but like some are.
Yeah.
Like every single Spider-Man character is not that intelligible. Not that they're not
Yeah.
smart, but then they're just not. They don't feel like fully three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock's feels still three-dimensional in the episode.
That makes sense.
Which
That's
I think
good.
is a good
That's
thing.
what I was worried about, and like I
Yeah.
hope they carry that through Born Again. Or sorry, yeah, Born Again.
Yeah, which I think they probably will. Hopefully, they do it better in Born Again.
Yeah.
Just because, like, this is a comedy show, so you need to make it a comedy show, which is fine, you know. But if that show is going to be the same tone, I feel like people aren't going to resonate with it. It needs to be like
yeah, unless if they do it like Mark Waid's run, which like everybody will be like, oh, Daredevil can't be jokey. But
Yeah.
no, Mark Waid's run was very funny because it was like a part of the character.
Yeah.
I
I don't care if he's jokey. I just want him to feel like a person, you know.
Yeah.
And I think at least this episode did that.
My bigger concern with Born Again is just like the quality of the show.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah, Matt could be the best ever, but if the show's based on what I've seen of Disney Plus stuff, it's just I'm worried about pacing, and I'm worried about like the tone overall, not just with Matt, but like as
we
the
have
show.
had MCU movies with really great lead performances and terrible fucking stories.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2, which I like Iron Man 2 to be honest, but I see the problems in it. You know, it's that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Ant-Man movies, you know?
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's great, but the
Yeah.
fucking the movies suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So on the Daredevil side of things, I will
Hmm.
say, you know, good. I that's my judgment on it. I don't. Again, I'm not the best assessor of quality here, but still, I think it's fine. I think it's good,
Okay.
and I feel like people who are like going too far complaining are stupid, and I think people who are like it's better than the the Netflix stuff are also stupid. Even if
Yeah.
it's a joke, I
I
get it, but okay,
I don't know.
calm down.
I feel weird about people instantly being like the new thing better than the thing that was been out for years and has been beloved for 7 instantly better.
Yeah,
Like it's always been a weird thing for me, you
yeah,
know.
calm
Like
down.
even with like Spider-Verse and the Batman, I was like I might like it more than like I gave myself some time to like do I like it more than the universally beloved thing that's been out for decades?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I do. You know.
the best movies are always the ones that age better.
Yeah.
That's usually what they are because it's
Yeah.
rewatchability and
And we
it's
all know nobody's gonna watch this in 2 weeks because that's just how these fucking work. And I feel
yeah,
shitty about. I feel
which is
shitty that that's the thing. You know.
it's a shame because these are She-Hulk has a great cast.
Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany is great.
Yeah, she's great.
Fucking they got the best villain from the Arrowverse to be
Hmm.
a side character on this show.
Yeah.
And he's got like fucking nothing to do.
Yeah.
Except he goes, I don't know if you saw this in the episode. She-Hulk is getting up to do something and everyone's clapping for her. And I keep calling him Adrian Chase, even though he's not Adrian Chase. Fucking Josh Segarra is like, let's go, and you don't hear it, but he does like this, and
Hey,
Soups was
that's still that's still
everyone
Soups's line.
is the Black Panther trailer moment. Did you see
His
that too?
I
Where
saw
Riri
I
goes,
didn't watch the trailer because I was just like I'm gonna see the movie, so I don't really
yeah,
want to watch the trailer.
yeah,
Um, but I did see that, and I saw everybody clowning on him for what is a very funny joke.
yeah.
I thought that joke was very
It's a
funny.
good joke.
It's a
It's a
good
good,
bit.
yeah,
Soups is quite funny. Soups is a
yeah.
cool dude. I like
He knew
Soups.
what he was doing. It was
Yeah.
funny enough, you know. Because it was like such a small moment, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah,
It's
we
like
get
that's
it. Good
like
job.
that is his thing. It'd be like if
Yeah,
somebody said billionaires, I'd be like,
yeah.
hey, wait a minute, you
Yeah.
know,
He's gonna be in Nova. He's gonna be in Nova. I'm calling it. He
Soups.
yeah, Soups is gonna be in Nova. He's gonna be because everyone's trying to predict what it is, right? Because he showed up to the Marvel Studios thing and he probably met like Kevin Feige or someone. I don't
Uh
think he's
huh.
gonna the one angle is he's not gonna be in anything because that's fucking stupid, right? How would that even happen? But then
Yeah.
the other angle is what if he is? Because what's the problem with like throwing him in as a cameo for something?
Why
And
would
he's
he cameo in an MC? He's probably hosting something.
that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. But then why wouldn't they have announced that already? That's why people are
Are
like,
these
he's
the
gonna camp.
motherfuckers that like got their hopes like really fucking high for like Multiverse of Madness and then got really upset? Like
Probably.
he's a fucking TikToker.
He's
He's not gonna be an actor in
I
the
think it would be
MCU.
I think it'd be really funny if he's like in something. Like you know how like Pokimane and Jacksepticeye were in Free Guy?
Okay, but that was Free Guy.
Yeah.
That
But
was fucking Free Guy, and they
I
were
think it'd
also
be really
playing
funny.
themselves. They were playing streamers. Like, do we think he's playing
I
himself?
think he's gonna do the same thing. I think he's gonna show up as himself talking about like something
Okay, maybe in
else.
Deadpool 2, but that's it. You know, that's the only thing I could see
Eh,
that working in. But I love the dude. That would date the movie so fucking hard, and
it
I don't think the
would.
MCU is like that.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was in Free Guy with Sean Levy directing.
Yeah,
This is
That's why I said it. That's
yeah,
why I brought it
yeah,
up.
yeah. That's okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was very slow to that. I don't know
yeah,
why. But it would be funny. It'd just be really funny
yeah.
because
That
people
I
wouldn't shut up
agree.
about
And
that,
you
and
know
that'd
what?
be great.
Dude deserves it, except for some of the comments he's made. But he's a very
Yeah.
nice guy, so I like him.
Amongst the people in that circle of people who
Yeah,
yell
he is
loudly
far and
on,
away my favorite of the corporate shillers. You know.
yeah,
It's because I for so many people, and I don't want to name names, so many people, I'm like, you don't fucking believe this. You are
yeah,
shilling out for a company so you can get tickets to a premiere. And
yeah,
so, you know, it's like it feels so disingenuous. But with Hoops, I'm like, yeah, you just like this shit, and I fucking I respect that, brother.
yeah.
You know, and like
He and
sometimes I'm like, all right, man, careful because some people say those things that it's a little dog whistly,
yeah,
but like I know you don't believe that, so like you know. But I think he's a cool
yeah.
dude.
I think he knows what he's doing for the
Yep.
most part, but he's not going like he is overboard, but he's not like pushing the
I
line.
think he genuinely likes the shit
Yeah.
he gets excited. He's an excited man.
Yeah.
Is it a
So
crime to scream every once in a while?
according to that one girl from the Drew Gooden video a long time back, it is. Remember that? The cargo pants
Oh,
girl?
oh, that's right.
You know what's funny about that video?
Huh.
That was the first time I heard of Andrew Tate. Because that video
I
is
know that
him
was the same
go
guy.
yeah.
That was the guy.
And he
Fuck,
was
that
like,
was
let's
weird.
ship Andrew Tate and that girl. And honestly, now I kind of feel bad.
Somebody
I
check
wouldn't
on
do
her. Is she
that. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Is she safe?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
Mario trailer. We
Oh,
started
that's
talking about it,
right.
and
I
we got
forgot
distracted.
about
Yeah.
yeah.
Chris
Um
Pratt is dipped his toes in New York,
yeah.
and that's it. That was his preparation for the role.
Let's go. What does he say? Something
He
like that?
says, Mushroom Kingdom, here
Here
we
we
come."
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
What? Is it
I think
Italian
it's
accent?
like it's vaguely Long Island, New York. It's
Okay.
it's vaguely like, "Hey, I'm walking here. I'm Mario, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come, man."
That's I know
Like,
Chris Pratt personally. I'm his best friend.
yeah.
Actually, I'm not. Wait a second. But knowing how Chris Pratt acts, that's not gonna bode well,
I
right?
just yeah. I made a tweet about it when I saw it. I was just like, I'm annoyed by how like celebrity voice actors have taken over the animation industry, and
Yeah,
like the idea that like we need celebrities to voice celebrities in a fucking Mario movie for
yeah,
the Mario movie to do well is like an insane position
yeah.
for like a studio. And like I think Jack Black's gonna he sounds
He's
great.
great. I watched the saxophone
I
video,
think
the boomaphone video,
oh,
the thing he done on Jimmy Kimmel, where he's like, 1, 2, 3, motherfucker. Remember that? That's really
sure,
good.
yeah. I think so,
It's,
yeah. I
he's
just
good
like
at what
Jack
he
Black.
does.
Jack
Yeah,
Black's great, and I think he's really good as Bowser from what we heard. I
yeah,
think Keegan Michael Key is doing really. He's like, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good Toad. Like that
yeah,
sounds fun.
yeah.
And then Chris is just like, it's a me, Chris Pratt. It's just like it's
It's a
so
me, a Mario. That's not the
and
voice.
like I made this fucking tweet. And like I got a lot of people being like, well, it's only one line. You can't judge it based on that. Yes, I can.
Yeah,
It's a movie trailer.
yeah.
That's the whole point, is
That's what
that
they
the
gave
movie
you.
trailer
Yeah,
is here to be judged and
and you
decide
can
if you
tell
want to
they
see
don't want to
it.
show it because he shows up at
Yeah.
the end for one line. Otherwise, they'd put him in
Yeah.
more of the trailer. They
Yeah.
probably
And it
were
sucks
gonna
because the
do a
rest of it looks
"Hey,
really
I'm
good.
Mario. Welcome to the
Yeah.
kingdom.
Oh my
I
god.
love Peach, but she doesn't love me." So
Yeah.
they were probably gonna make that kind of trailer, and then they chose
Yeah.
not to because they're like, "Ah, that's gonna bring up the whole voice thing," and they did it this instead. I prefer this instead, honestly,
This was fun.
because it's
This
nice
was
to
a
see
fun
that big
trailer.
Bowser scene. But
Yeah.
because it's a
I think
teaser, it's not a
the
trailer, it's a
animation looks
teaser.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the animation looks better than old Illumination animation, which I think Illumination has been better at their animation.
Yeah.
Like the Grinch sucks, but it is animated better, right?
Mhm.
I want to say. Um, but also I don't know. It's probably going to be a shit movie, to be honest. But I don't. I grew
I
up playing
think
a few
like
Mario games. This
mhm.
franchise doesn't matter supremely to me, but like it's Illumination, so that in and of itself just isolates it in my mind.
Yeah. I mean, Illumination's made stuff that has been good in the past.
Yeah,
Like I'm not going to name anything because I
Despicable
can't at the moment.
Me.
But it's like they're not only Minions, and
Yeah,
apparently the new Minions was actually pretty fun.
yeah,
I think like the art style and the animation looks really nice. It's a very pretty movie. I think the Luigi shit looked really fun at the end of that trailer.
yeah,
Like it's very well composed. It's like it's a very I'm really digging this. It seems like a very well made movie.
yeah,
But it's just the like corporateness of Chris Pratt doing vague New York that's really
yeah,
pulling it down for me. And sure, I might feel different in the movie, but it's just like I just it why the fuck do we need celebrities in a Mario movie? Like Jack Black, I'm
yeah,
not even counting because he's a character actor essentially that
yeah.
became famous for being a
And
character actor.
even like with Keegan Michael Key, when you listen to
Yeah.
it and you're not focused on it, you don't think of him. When you
Yeah,
hear
I
Chris
forgot it was
Pratt's
him.
voice, you know it's Chris Pratt because
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
lead. You know, it's like honestly, cast celebrities for the side characters, but keep your lead someone
Yeah,
different. You know that like that. I think that's an okay thing to do. So I don't know.
yeah,
Fuck,
and I
I don't
think
know
Tara
why they're
Strong tweeted this thing about like it's just it's probably like so fucking heartbreaking to like be involved with the character for this many years and be like so tied to it like Charles Martinet has been with Mario, and just
yeah
be like kind of tossed aside when the character makes the big break
yeah
onto cinema, you know.
yeah.
It's just
Like,
like
what is the advantage of Chris? Who
yeah,
are there?
nobody's
Chris
going to a fucking
Pratt
Mario movie for Chris
fans?
Pratt. I mean there are, but it's like who like I guess the idea is for parents to be like
Mm,
the kid, oh my kid wants to go see this fucking Mario movie, oh that sounds like shit, I don't want to go.
mm.
Oh, Chris Pratt's in it, I loved Chris Pratt in Jurassic World,
I
and then
love Chris
go
Pratt
and
in
then
the
they're like yeah,
Tomorrow War. Yeah, it's
yeah, and but I
but
don't
even with like
know
the
why
Tomorrow
Chris
War, I
Pratt.
get it
Uh-huh.
because it's like you see his face and he's the one like big actor
Yeah,
in that, you know? I think there are
yeah,
a couple other big actors, but he's the one big actor. With this, I just they have Jack Black. They have fucking Seth
they have the
Rogen as
Mario name, it's
yeah.
Mario, everybody
It is
knows who
the
that
most
fucker
popular
is.
video franchise of all time or video game franchise of all
Oh
time.
no,
Yeah.
Pokemon's bigger, but yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought
No,
Nintendo. I
Pokemon.
always thought since Nintendo was bigger, Mario's at the top of Nintendo, so Mario. But that
No,
that makes sense.
Pokemon's like on another level. I guess, or I guess if maybe it's Pokemon because it's like Hello Kitty and then Pokemon and then Star Wars. I think are like the
Yeah,
top three franchises on
yeah.
the planet or something.
But that's also because of Asian markets.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
fair.
that, and they have
I
two
would
billion
argue. I
people.
don't know
So
who's.
that
I would argue Pokemon's bigger than Mario, just because like maybe not in terms of
more
like
people have the
quality and stuff, but like
cards.
I didn't grow up playing Mario games. I grew up playing fucking Pokemon and Sonic were like
Yeah,
the two things for me. So I don't know.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm just thinking like maybe 2000s it was Mario, like with like Super
Yeah,
Mario
maybe
Brothers. Like I feel like Pokemon is more of a 90s thing, like late
that's
90s
fair.
thing.
That's fair.
So
That makes sense.
that's
I
my
don't know. I
interpretation.
just want a Luigi movie. I just want a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Yeah,
That sounds like
yeah.
so much more fun, personally.
I was going to like when I started my channel, I was gonna pitch a Luigi's Haunted Mansion movie. I don't
Uh-huh.
know why. I never even really played the game, but I had friends
Good
who played it.
games. They're very
There, I
good
know it
games.
was great. So I don't know. And this looks like it's just gonna like throw a bunch of Nintendo shit at the wall, you know, and be like, "Hey, Mushroom Kingdom. Hey, look at this." He's probably gonna throw his hat and it's gonna like stick to something, and it's gonna be like a Mario Odyssey reference, you know.
Yeah.
This
I
feels like
don't
a
know.
movie that might end up doing that.
I don't know. I think that everything besides Chris Pratt is going to be actually very good about this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I maybe that's just me being hopeful, and we all know how my positivity can lead to disappointment 90% of the time.
Yeah. So don't jinx it.
See
But
Black Adam and Werewolf by Night, which we'll talk about.
yeah.
But Werewolf by Night, good. Well, to make that clear, it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I like. I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, this is actually a really fun time. And then I heard Chris Pratt's voice.
Mm.
You know, it's
And
not
it's the
like I was
last
watching
thing.
and I was like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it'd be
It's
cool.
is fine. It's a fucking Mario movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be fine.
Wild that Anya Taylor Joy left
Nosferatu
Nosferatu for this.
to finish to finish the
Yeah.
lines.
I was in the
She's
gym
like,
yesterday and there was a person there that looked exactly like Anya Taylor Joy, like for like
really?
half a second. I was like, oh shit, is that Anya Taylor Joy in my apartment's gym? And then I looked for like a half second longer. I was like, never mind. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Never mind. And I felt so fucking stupid.
Yeah. There are like some Indian actresses that like look exactly like Anya Taylor Joy. I remember when I was in
Really?
India, I saw someone on a billboard for like a jewelry commercial that was like, "That is Anya Taylor Joy, but Indian." What the fuck? But yeah, faces.
Um,
Do
you
we
want
want
to
to talk
talk
about
werewolf? Yeah,
yeah
werewolf with the werewolf at night.
the werewolf by night?
Yeah.
By night,
Um.
he's a werewolf, and
Boy.
by day, I'm tired of this shit. Uh,
So
uh,
I like this thing. I want to make it clear. I actually
I also
did
do
very
want
much
to make
enjoy
that
it.
I think it's good. I
Yeah.
think it is. I said good enough, and
Yeah.
I feel like when you say the word good enough, that feels like oh, it's just good enough,
That
and
was
that's it. But I
that's a
mean that
very the Batman review from you.
it
Like,
it
oh,
is,
it's
but I
very
mean it.
unique.
Yeah, I mean it more endearingly, like I did with
Yeah.
the Batman review. It's good enough, you know. It's like it's not She-Hulk. It's not even like fucking Miss Marvel. It's kind of honestly, maybe it's like on par with Miss Marvel a little for me
Yeah.
personally. But like it's good. It is good enough. It just on a writing level for me, it just doesn't surpass that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
see
And
that.
I think that's visually phenomenal.
Yeah.
Production design, phenomenal. Did you
Giacchino
see the
killed
behind
it.
the scenes man
No.
thing? Did you see that? They like
Is it
built it.
practical?
Yes, it's
Then
practical.
why did they CG over it?
I don't know why they CG'd over it eventually.
Dang,
This is
god damn it.
Marvel, but
Yeah.
they did have
That's
a
the thing,
man
yeah.
thing, and it looks
That's
cool.
cool.
But it's just, dude, some of the dialogue is like, come on.
Yeah. I
It
went in I
wasn't the
think
like
I
you're looking behind me, but it was
Mhm.
close. It was real
Yeah.
close to that. You know what I mean?
I I think I might have overhyped you on it because I remember telling you and Brian, I was like, "No, dude, this is gonna be the thing. This is gonna be the fucking coolest shit." And I was
Mm,
like super hyped for this thing.
yeah.
And I stayed up to watch it last night and then I forgot because I got distracted with work.
Mm.
Um, but like, and so I watched it today and I was really fucking excited. I did a commentary. You can feel me excited. And then like people start talking and I'm like, oh no. Because
Yeah.
it starts
Great.
so fucking cool. Like I literally in the commentary, you can see me go, you can hear me go, oh, the loco. Oh, we got 10 minutes to kill now,
Mm.
everybody. And then it fucking
And then
goes all crazy. And I'm like,
yeah.
yo, wait, that's the
Yeah.
coolest shit.
Yeah.
Like visually, I agree with you. I think fucking Giacchino fucking nailed it. You
Yep.
can tell that he loves classic horror. I think that the film emulation, maybe just because I watched it on like a on my laptop and I was kind of I wasn't able to like really pixel peep and stuff. I wish the film emulation was a little bit more like noticeable.
Yeah.
I wish it was like more like, oh, this looks old
Yeah.
versus like it's black and white and there's some film
And
grain.
I don't think it helped when the stone was like all red and shit.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
other
think that
thing.
helped. I
I
honestly
wish
I
they
would have
didn't do that.
rather yeah.
Yeah. Um, but like it was a fun idea
Yeah.
visually.
And it doesn't show up for everything, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
and the
Right.
soundtrack is really good, you know, because it's Giacchino and like I think it's cool. It's a cool concept to like direct a movie and not have to worry about communicating with a composer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think like for his
Cuz that's
first
a
directing
very
job, it's
interesting
great.
like when I edit videos, I try to
Hmm.
do music first, right?
Yeah,
So you can pace out the dialogue with the music and then as like you get to an emotional moment, you end it. I feel like
yeah,
since Giacchino's composing it, he's probably thinking about that. And so
yeah,
you can tell and I think that's great for horror probably too because in a moment where you need the tension, you can foresee that and you
yeah.
can see
He
foresee
knows
what
the
that looks like.
meticulous craft of it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I think the visuals, like I think the second half of this whole thing is like fucking killer.
yeah,
Not to
yeah.
no pun intended. Like the second they get spoilers for this, by the way, if anybody's watching this, they've probably already seen the thing.
The second half
Um,
minus the last 3 minutes. But
oh, I
yes.
like the last 3 minutes
You
actually. I thought that
did?
was cute. I thought that was
I
fun.
thought it was fine. I
Yeah,
don't
I thought it
I
was.
thought it was on par with
I
the
think
rest
it's
of these.
because I the guy Jack,
Yeah.
love him.
He's great, yeah.
He might be one of my new favorite Marvel characters. He is
Mm,
I he we my problem is that we didn't get very much of him
yeah,
because we were focusing on Elsa the character, who she was
yeah.
fine. Um, I agree
But
with
she
you though.
was
Some of the
discount
dialogue
Black Widow, right?
I don't know if I'd go
Is
that
that
far
mean
because
thing to say? I
I like
don't
her more than Black Widow, and I thought she was well.
yeah,
It's the thing where it's like the writing and the dialogue. I agree with you. It is very standard Marvel,
yeah,
and Giacchino brought out a level in his direction, which is really impressive for his first
yeah.
time. It to for
But
where
those
I
are in
was
the
like,
scenes that don't have a lot of writing and dialogue.
no, I
They're in
think
like
I think in his direction
right?
of their performances, he brought out he like some of the lines very easily would have been could have been delivered in like the Marvel cadence, you know, of
Mm,
like that way. And he brought out a level that was like a little bit more nuanced and a little bit more interesting, but it was
yeah,
straight up just the words being said. I was like, okay,
yeah.
this is another snarky, sarcastic character surrounded by supporting characters that are like a little silly.
Mm,
Like it was really just that opening scene. I was like, oh man,
yeah.
you know.
Of them all
But
talking with each other, that
yeah, I
feels
was like,
like it's
this
out of like
feels
the Age of Ultron party.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which like Age of Ultron Party good. It feels like it feels like out of like I can't even think of one. You know, it's definitely better than all the Disney Plus stuff though.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it's my
Yeah.
favorite of all this Disney Plus content.
Yeah.
I think I just went in with such absurdly high expectations of it being this crazy departure from the MCU,
Mm,
but in reality, it's just really good for the MCU. You know, it's great.
yeah.
It's super gory for the MCU.
Yeah.
It's super dark and scary for the MCU. You know, if you take
Yeah.
off for the MCU, it doesn't live up to that, and I should have
Yeah.
gone in realizing that.
Yeah.
And so I'll
I
rewatch it,
realized
I
that
think.
halfway through, and I think I had a
Uh-huh.
much more fun time with it. But I
Yeah.
was as I was watching the first half until it was the action scene between her and the other dude with the arrows that shoot out of his like gauntlet
Uh-huh.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Until that moment, I was just kind of like, okay, wow.
Yeah, that was a good action scene. I think
That's where I was like discount Black Widow, but she's more energetic in the scene. So
yeah,
maybe that
she has more going on than like cuz Marvel kind of struggles with a lot of their women characters and stuff, and
yeah.
she had more going on there.
Yeah.
Like she had like, stuff
Yeah.
like happening with her character and stuff, but I
She
do
steals people's weapons. That's cool. You know,
yeah, that was neat,
that's fun.
But in just in terms of character writing and stuff, she was a little like she's your lady monster hunter. Like she's very
Yeah.
buffy. She's very like that kind of character, and she did a good job with that and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think the performance was the problem at all.
yeah,
I think it's just
it's straight up just like a dialogue style that was
yeah.
not my thing, and I can't think of any specific examples why because I just watched it, so I can't. I should remember.
It's I do like Jack, but I do think there's a couple moments with him where I'm just like, okay, all right. You
Yeah,
know?
I think
I
his
wonder
performance pulls me at like that does like
his performance pulls you out of
he
that.
was so good to the point where I was like, I just like this guy because he's a
Yeah.
fucking pacifist character essentially,
Yeah.
and like that's so interesting to me in a
I
fucking
really like
Marvel
this
property.
the stuff he has with Elsa in the before he turns, like
Yeah,
when he's locked up. That's great. I think that is like pretty good
yeah.
writing
I think
because
everything from when he gets knocked out
yeah,
to the end, I adore. I think it's
yeah,
fantastic. It's just we take half the time to get to that moment,
yeah, yeah,
which is probably necessary. Like I like the subversion. I like the monster hunters are actually the bad people, and like they're the bad guys, and that's like a
mm,
subversion of the trope and stuff.
yeah,
But I kind of wish that happened at like the 10-minute mark, and that was
yeah,
our act one break instead of the and like maybe honestly make this 30 minutes instead of 52.
yeah.
Just kind of cut a lot of the hunt
You
because
know
that
what?
was my thing.
You know what this could have been? It's
Uh-huh.
like a shortened Knives Out. It's like you know that this
Mhm.
character is like the good person and you know the whole story that he's a werewolf kind of beforehand, but they really drag that out. All of
Yeah.
his scenes where he's just quiet and all the scenes where he's quiet and walking around. And maybe this is me being too much of a plot person and at the
Uh-huh.
end of the day I don't really care. But there's that whole thing of him walking around really quietly. And I think it works, but also it's like okay, he's best friends with the guy. Do that with other characters instead, you know?
Yeah.
And I like him. It's not that I don't like him. I think it's just they. This is something that could have been 40 minutes. I think,
Yeah.
and it
I
drags that out for the sake of the Marvelisms and take out the Marvelisms, keep it even simpler. You know,
mhm.
the what's what even the like, and maybe it's just I'm not a big horror person, so I don't know if these are big trademarks. But
Mhm.
him like walking into the maze takes like a really long time and there's like a joke that one of them says before they even go out there too where
Mhm.
I'm like okay can we get to the like the meat
I get what
pie
you're saying. I
but
think sort of the slowness of it is part of it. That's part of the
mm,
like the tension of it and stuff.
okay
I think like I don't know the specifics of what you're talking about and stuff. I think in terms of it's structured like a standard Marvel thing.
yeah
It's not hugely horror. It's kind of
no
creepy. There's some jump scares, but it's like it's
it's not a
not
horror
within
thing
the.
no
I mean, it kind of is. It's just it's by the time it becomes a horror thing, we're already 30 minutes into it. You know,
yeah
it's
but
it's it's horror when when he gets kidnapped, and then we find out that these people are like an evil fucking cult. You
yeah
know,
does the werewolf stuff feel like horror to you when that
I think it
stuff
did. I think the
happens
changing scene is fucking
the changing scene is
flawless.
awesome
I
yes
loved that. That was incredible to me.
and I really love his because it's practical, right?
Yeah, he
It
looks
looked very
great.
practical.
Yeah, thank God it
Um,
was practical. Holy shit, he looked amazing.
yeah. There's some of that where it's like, is it too superhero? But I don't know because I'm not a big horror guy, so I don't know if it is doing enough of that to satisfy people. It seems like it is, so like I'll give it that credit. But
I
then
think
maybe it's just
it's
I have to get used to that because
the
this is a
first
Marvel thing.
half was so superhero to me.
Yeah.
of like we open on narration explaining the lore of the MacGuffin and the Secret Order and the history over artwork, and I was just like,
Mm,
this feels very traditional,
mm,
which like I get it because it's this is a corner that we've never seen before, and I love that. I
mm.
love that we've never fucking seen any of this shit, and we don't have any callbacks or references to, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, could you fucking imagine if like as he was turning, she was like, "What are you, like the Hulk or something?"
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
So like, I'm glad we didn't fucking have that type of shit.
Yeah.
So it's
We
better
don't
on
even
that
really
front.
know like if it what it takes place in either.
Allegedly, it's the most recent. It takes place after
It
Thor.
present day, I guess,
Yeah,
because but I was like in the scene where the color comes back, and I was looking for
hmm
like a fucking backpack or some shit,
yeah,
to be like this is modern day, but I couldn't see
yeah.
anything.
I
He's wearing a
liked
suit,
that.
but
I fucking, maybe it was just me, but like we go from like 30s black and white to
mm,
like late 30s color. It's still like
yeah,
graded like that, which, oh
yeah.
my god, if it was graded like
The scene with her
like
in the chair you're talking
yeah,
about,
we
right?
were in the
Yeah.
shirt, but also that last few minutes, like the blues were very blue. Like, sorry, the shadows were very blue,
Yeah.
and like there was fucking direction and intent in the color there, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, that's nice, you know.
I think because I was looking at Man Thing, I was less focused on that. If I
Yeah,
rewatch it again,
Man
maybe I'll
Thing,
notice that.
I'm surprised Man Thing looked that good in color.
Yeah.
Because like I was like, oh, it's because it's in black and white, he looks better and stuff like that. Which now
Mm.
that I know it's practical, I wish that they kept that.
Saw more of that. Yeah.
I don't know how that works and stuff.
I
I
think
don't know
there
like
are
what they have
some
to take
scenes
away.
where he is fully practical. I
Hmm.
think maybe that was also like a lighting reference because there's a lot
Yeah.
of shit on Man Thing. I feel
Hmm.
like it's hard to completely replicate that in 3D,
Yeah.
right?
I do wish that like they had done a little bit more like old like remember what okay remember when my review of Hocus Pocus 2 where my issue was that it didn't like the effects were very modern and stuff,
Yes.
and
Yep.
a
I
thing that was
do
very
remember you
90s
saying
rooted, and
that.
then I loved the Munsters because it was really emulating this old style.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the middle of that where I'm like, yeah, you're emulating the style, and I really like that, you know.
Mm,
It's black and white, grainy and shit like that. Apparently the grain is like super good according to like people who've seen it really big. I
mm,
can't account, you know, I can't vouch for that.
yeah.
um but I do wish that like I think it would have been so much more interesting if it was a fully practical Man Thing that was the only thing we saw, and it
Mm,
almost looked shitty. I think that would have been more fun,
yeah.
but I know that wouldn't really fit the MCU or
Mm.
whatever, so I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the dead guy kind of looks like that, but that even then it felt weird. You
The dead
remember the
No,
dead
that's
guy
the
in the
thing. I
coffin?
loved the dead guy. I
Yeah.
loved that. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then his head falls off and it's fully CG. I'm like, oh
Mm,
man,
yeah.
you could have just cut the head off of that dummy. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so close to being like, oh fuck, this is my favorite MCU thing, and like it is. It's definitely up there still,
Mm.
but it's just like I don't know if for the MCU is like a fair thing anymore.
These
You know?
should stay. Phase 4 has been about brand synergy.
Yeah.
And I think that is the biggest mistake Phase 4 has made,
Yeah.
right? Is because it's like these are fucking shows. These are movies, Why are people watching Netflix? People are watching Netflix because it's just like there's the show that's popular that everyone
Yeah.
liked. That's it. That's why people watch Marvel shit in the first place. It's like, oh, it's made by the same people, by the Marvel people, so I'll guess I'll watch it. We
Yeah.
don't need the synergy on like a writing level to every single time.
Yeah.
You probably need it for like a Secret Wars, and that's the strength of those movies. But for something like this, just let Giacchino bring his own people to like
Which
write a
is
fucking script,
which is
and
what that's why I liked the majority of this, because
yeah,
like it visually, at least, it breaks
yeah,
apart from the synergy.
yes,
It's just like what you said on the script and writing dialogue level. It's a little too samey
yeah,
for what I was hoping for,
yeah,
because I was seeing all the reviews of people like giving it like 5 out of 5s and like adoring it, like not even just like the 24-hour like love phase, but like
yeah,
critics and like people that saw it at like festivals and shit.
yeah,
And I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be it. I was like
yeah.
so fucking hyped
I
for
think
it,
that's why I was like going
because
because
I was overhyping you on it,
it
I
wasn't
think.
just you, but it was like people at festivals were being really positive about this.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, but again, it's like,
And I think it's because they were disappointed by the fact that it was a Marvel thing at that festival,
yeah,
and then it turned out to be an enjoyable Marvel thing, and people were like, "Oh,
yeah,
cool, positive," you know, positive.
yeah.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't seen any review before I saw this
Because
because
a
I
lot
think I
of
would have
places
liked it a
like
lot
that, they
more.
don't even show Pixar movies. I remember seeing that somewhere. They were
Yeah.
going to premiere not Soul, Inside Out, something like that. They were going to
Mm.
premiere a Pixar movie at one of those shows, and they're like, "We're not doing that. We don't show big budget movies." And
Yeah.
so, like at a place like
Well,
that, for something like
that
this to do
festival is a
well,
big deal. The way they do their secret screenings, they usually do big stuff. They did like Hellraiser, and like there was
okay.
rumors it was gonna like the rumor was that M. Night Shyamalan's movie was gonna be there and stuff like that. Like that
He
festival will
finished
normally do
it
big stuff.
already. I didn't
No,
even know.
that's what they thought though. They thought he finished it really early.
Okay.
Um,
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
I think I'll rewatch it in the next couple days and
Yeah.
get back to you on it.
Yeah.
Because I think I just need to go in with a clearer like expectation of like this is still the MCU and it's a good step in the right direction for like director freedom and shit.
Yeah.
But it's not the big grand oh fuck yeah we're making
Yeah.
that I was kind of
And I don't
hoping
think any
for.
of it really is on Giacchino. Like
No,
all of it's just
Giacchino
on.
saved this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is I want to see him
Is
do
it
more
Giacchino
stuff.
or is it Giacchino or Giacchino? Wait, straight up forgot. I've been saying it this whole time and I forgot how I was saying it.
How does Drew Gooden say it in his Lost
Giacchino?
video?
I don't fucking.
Drew
How am I
Gooden says
supposed to remember?
Giacchino.
Oh yeah, Giacchino. Yeah, that's
Is
what
it
it said.
Giacchino?
I think it's Giacchino.
It is Giacchino. Okay, Michael Giacchino. I keep saying Giacchino because it's like the
Oh, you do
IA.
both. Interesting.
I do everything. I'm horrible.
Yeah,
Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah,
There
it's
it is.
Giacchino.
So
But,
sorry everybody if we bothered
yeah.
you for that whole 30-minute
Like
talk.
3 hours. Yeah. But yeah, Giacchino saved it for the most part.
no,
And I want to
definitely.
see him do more shit like this.
Yeah,
If
I
they
want
do
to
a
see.
man
I
thing
want to see a
thing,
movie of this. Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if
Which
maybe that's all this was, just like a test to see how people like this character and this concept.
yeah.
Which
And
honestly I'm happy with then. If
yeah.
we get like a full-fledged the horror type thing in this not universe but
Style.
like in the style and with these characters, I'll be more than happy. So
Yeah, with the crew that worked on this kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see is the character's name just Werewolf by Night?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
I wouldn't be surprised
Jack,
if we see
yeah.
Jack. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in something like 2
Maybe
years down the
Blade.
line.
Probably
Yeah,
Blade.
I could see.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah,
I was expecting a Blade reference or something.
yeah.
That's the thing. I was so glad that there wasn't though. I'm glad that it was just like
just its own thing.
it's its own fucking thing, doing their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think even the painting of the Avengers at the beginning was too much.
Yeah, when I
was
saw
like,
that, I was gonna be like, huh, but
Yeah.
I thought that was just again another synergy thing. I don't think that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, probably.
It shows up for 2 seconds and they're like, okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But overall, like I did really like. It's definitely my favorite thing out of Phase 4, and I sound like I'm not. It's
okay.
not. It is probably.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Just because it's like, oh fuck, the vibes here are great. You tried something, and
Yeah.
I just wish they tried something a little bit more on the dialogue front.
Yeah.
And then I would have
stylistically, I think it's between this and Loki as like my favorites.
That's fair.
Which they
That's-
have similar style sensibilities, honestly. If you look at the two,
I guess so. Yeah, I see what you mean.
like kind of.
Yeah. And
but
this,
that's just
in
old
case
timey shit.
anybody's like, oh, he's just a hater who wants to hate on what's popular. I was really hoping I'd love this so much that I'd make a video on it. And now I don't have a video for this week.
No one can shit on us for being like the anti-popular people. Because we did the we hate the popular things people, because we did a 2.5 hour episode on No Way Home.
Okay, yeah, but have you seen the comments on that?
I have not seen.
People fucking hate us.
Really?
All the comments on my channel are like, "You guys are so fucking annoying and nitpicky. You're such assholes." The movies, like on our positive podcast review, they're like, "Oh, they're just looking for things to hate." I'm like, "What the fuck? We liked the movie." Yeah, so no, they never. People will always say that shit.
Okay, all right, good to know. I'll keep that.
And also, unless it's by some miracle, unless a miracle happens, we will be saying the same shit about Black Adam in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh boy,
I hope you're excited for that. For the fucking hierarchy, baby.
The hierarchy is about to. I
was talking with Charles, I was Charles Dare to Entertain on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like how like so many movies nowadays are lacking like directorial intent. and
Yeah.
like movies like the
And he brought
Batman
up
and
the
Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Transformers movies. He brought up the
Probably,
Transformers
yeah.
movies, didn't he?
He doesn't like suck those movies dicks. He
I
likes the good things.
know,
Okay,
I
calm
know, I
down,
know, I know he does.
calm down.
I like making fun of him for
I
it.
know.
But
But like we were talking about like how a lot of Marvel movies are lacking like intent and that stuff, and like even Doctor Strange, which was directed by Sam Raimi, and like we love Sam Raimi, like was missing some of that a little bit, at least like as much as his other stuff.
yeah.
And I was just thinking like, fuck, Black Adam is gonna be like if DC made a Marvel movie, and I'm like so scared.
It looks more like visually
It looks visually
intense.
better, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a feeling the script is like what the fuck are they gonna say here? Like
Yeah.
there's so much they could say that I know they're not going to.
They could do a lot of stuff with Black Adam. What the fuck was that?
Adam.
Black Adam and his son.
Yeah.
Um,
Or the
they
idea of
probably
like a
won't.
dictator having good intentions initially and then falling into fucking fascism.
Yeah.
Like that's far more interesting than you could destroy this world or you could save it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's
And then I saved it.
we ask you for your peaceful surrender. Oh, I'm not peaceful and I'm
Yeah.
definitely not surrendering. It's lacking like I don't know.
You want me to put the hammer down? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
okay. All
I
right.
hope Dwayne like cares. I know he cares about the character
Yeah.
because he was cast fucking 15 years ago and the movie's being made.
But
So
does
it's
he
like
care about the character?
if he didn't care about Black Adam specifically, he would have been like make me Jon Stewart or make me fuck because I remember there
Yeah.
was a push for that for a while, which was weird. Not a
Mhm.
fan of that.
Yeah.
You know, but like people have been he's or like he would have pushed to be black. He would have just been Shazam, you know?
Yeah.
Like because that was also a thing. They were trying to decide between Zachary Levi and fucking Dwayne.
Yeah.
But so it's like the fact that he's being Black Adam and has been adamant about being Black Adam
Black
for
Adam
fucking
means that he
15
wants to
years.
do that. Yeah.
It means it matters to him. But I just hope it doesn't matter in the sense of like I can beat up Superman,
Yeah.
you know? Which it
If
might.
it-
I don't know.
it's real fun to watch his Instagram videos.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking watch us love this movie.
But it depends.
Mhm.
You know? Like we could love this movie for the right reasons, or we could love this movie for the wrong reasons. And I can
That's
see
fair.
me loving this movie for the wrong reasons. You know?
What are
There's
the
a
wrong reasons for you?
The thing that people are talking about currently.
Okay, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
If that's the reason that people love this movie,
That is frankly
that's
the
the
only
most
reason
Marvel
I'm going to
shit
see
to
it.
ever happen.
That's the only reason I'm gonna go see the movie in theaters. I was gonna pirate it until I heard about this, and I was like, oh fuck.
Is that the? I was thinking about seeing it beforehand too.
Mhm.
I kind of want to really badly now,
Just
but
because I'm like, oh fuck, man, I can't not.
That's a
I
moment.
can't see that on. I can't see that shit on my
Again,
fucking
we don't know.
tiny
We don't
screen.
know. Even if you're listening, this isn't anything. We don't know. We genuinely, we don't know. That's what he did in the video.
That's fair.
But it's like I don't know. Is it?
No.
It's just how it depends on how unsincere it is. You know, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But, Black Adam, and then Black Panther.
Black Panther is I'm scared for it, but I visually like the trailers are gorgeous. So like that movie I will say I don't know if we'll do a review the weekend of just because I know those theaters are gonna be fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like for good reason because everybody wants to see the movie and shit.
Yeah.
I like that's gonna stress me the fuck out, you know.
Yeah.
So
it comes out end of November, right? Or beginning of November?
The 11th of November. 11.
I have like final shit. I'll go see it the next weekend.
And it's like, what are we gonna do? Make content about this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit my white ass down and listen. You know, that's not my fucking place.
Yeah.
I know that. I recognize that shit.
Yeah.
So I've said enough, I think.
I don't have anything like I'm gonna go watch the movie for the movie.
You said that like Harry Styles.
Because it's a movie.
Favorite. It's a movie.
My favorite thing of the movie. This is a movie. But I don't know. I thought the trailer looked great, and I thought visually it's probably going to look spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to go see it opening weekend.
Namor
looks
fucking kick ass. I fucking love him.
He does.
He's gonna be insane.
Do you see his feet, the
He's got
wing
his
feet?
feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
I didn't really fully know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Did the
I think
comics
I
do
think
that?
the modern stuff's kind of not you doing it very much.
Mm.
So
Well, like the
that's
old
pretty
shit
cool.
did it because he
Yeah,
has it in like the old,
yeah.
the golden age stuff. But
So I'm
but
pulling up
yeah,
questions right now.
yeah. Let
If
me
you want
also
to do
pull
like
up
two of them.
questions. Yeah, I put. We didn't do
Nope.
questions last episode, so I felt bad. But I did put another
Yeah.
one, and we got some questions this episode too.
Oh my god. Can you
Give
DM
us
me on that
questions.
account so I can fucking find the account? Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
I will.
Just kidding. I got it.
You got it. Okay.
Should have had this up beforehand.
I should too.
Cole Critical Rants asks, let's do this in 10 seconds for each person. Let's really speed run
Okay.
these questions.
Yeah.
Favorite 2D animated film?
10.
9, 8,
I was going
7,
to say Ratatouille, then I said
6,
no. Fuck.
5,
Um,
4, 3,
Batman: Return of the Joker.
2.
Maybe.
That's a good one.
That's not a very. That's not a. There's probably one better than that, but that's the one that comes.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's
Also,
Iron
both
Giant.
Dark Knight Returns movies are great. What was yours? Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes.
See, I went for an actual movie, not a fucking comic book movie, because I watch actual.
That's
films.
a good movie. Fuck yeah. That's a good movie. I like it.
Jake asks opinion on Mario's lack of a massive dump truck in the Mario movie. I think it's a crime. I think it's a crime against humanity. We talked about something about the Velma show being disrespectful. That's what's really disrespectful.
But also, it's would you want the Chris Pratt rendition of Mario to have a cake?
I did see somebody say it might be a character arc for him. Maybe he learns to butt stomp at the end of it, and then like he butt stomps.
What if it
then,
is?
Like,
that's his exercise. Instead of doing squats, it is the butt stomps.
Yeah,
and then it's just like it's not muscle. It's just like a big, like fucking like the Tom and Jerry like bump.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I guess
this is a serious conversation. I want to mention
really
Jake did respond to his comment with a picture of Jay Schlatt going, "My sincere reaction in crime."
Oh, is that who that is? Okay.
Yeah,
I took a quiz of like who is this white boy? And like and it was just a bunch of fucking like white boys, and I was like, I don't know any of these fucking people except for like Drew and Danny.
Yeah.
So
I had fucking
he was on
dreamed of that list. Yeah. But yeah. I acknowledge your picture. Good choice. I saw this is a good one. Godzilla Dreamer said, after Werewolf by Night, do you think Giacchino I said it again. Giacchino. Yeah, Giacchino. Would be a good replacement for Blade.
I'd be down. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I don't know how
I could see it. It'd be a big deal to kind of hand it off to someone like
I'd want to see Giacchino do a like obviously this is kind of his first big thing, but I'd want to see him do something non-Marvel feature length first.
Yeah, and then come back to this.
Know, like really kind of grow outside of the confines potentially. Yeah. And then like come back and be like, I know how to make a feature. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Because like 52 minutes to 90 minutes is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or make a short movie, you know?
Yeah.
Bring back 1.5 hour movies.
Fucking please. If Blade was just 90 minutes, I'd be so happy.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Also, correction from last week, because I saw the comments of this. 100% of Blade actors did not go to jail. Apparently there was a thing called Blade the series, and an actor in there. He's pretty cool. Oh. I don't remember his name. It was a fun name.
Okay.
So
it wasn't Wesley Snipes. Cool.
It was not Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones? Olivia put the Charmin Bears from SNL, but I don't want to respond to that.
I don't want to watch that bit. I heard that they stole it from Joel Haver, and so now I don't want to watch it.
He doesn't think they stole it from him, but it's a little too similar for my taste. Yeah.
They did it with another redacted Johnson. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. So
because it's just like I get the parallel thinking, but it's also like how come it's the son also son wants to dance and the dad is disapproving and the mom is on the side of the dad and there's college involved and they're blue and the dad has glasses and they're in their house. Like it's I don't know. It's
Miles
the
Teller's
jokes
in this
weren't
sketch,
the same.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's my theory. Miles Teller knew, and he brought it up, and he's like, "You guys stole this from Joel Haver." And they were like, "Fuck you, Miles Teller." No, the bit anyway. That's my theory.
That is how they. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what they
Yeah,
did. They hate the actors. They
yeah.
disrespect them so
They
much.
definitely
You
are
know?
like, yeah, the host. We're gonna bully them because
Yep.
we're SNL. We're more
Yeah.
important than fucking Top Gun or
Yeah.
Fan Four. He didn't mention Fan Four Stick at all.
He did it.
It was very upsetting. I
Yeah.
wanted him to make a Fan Four Stick joke.
Yeah. No, he eventually one day he will get around to that. You
Uh huh.
know.
I was
Um.
playing, the actor little game, the like Wordle but with actors. Have you played that one?
Yes, I
It's
think so.
it's the really fucking hard one.
Hmm.
Um, I was playing that, and Miles Teller was one of them. And like I was looking through it, and I saw something in 2015, and it said like science fiction, whatever. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh, cool, that's probably Miles Teller. And so I guess I was right, but I thought the name was Fan Four Stick, and it
Yeah.
wasn't Fan Four Stick. It was
No,
Fantastic Four,
four. Yeah, it's not
and
fan
I
forced.
I keep forgetting that because
Yeah,
all the marketing said Fan Four
four
Stick.
stick. Yeah. Yep.
An underrated masterpiece. Turns out that Fan Four Stick is much better than you remember.
Yep.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's
The
not.
bar's pretty low, but it's not that low.
Is it is a movie. It is competent in some way, shape, or form. That's all that can be said about it. Even that is
Sure.
stretching it. But
It's very Justice League of like there is a movie here,
yeah,
but this is like a disaster, both on and off set. Like
yeah,
on and like on set and on
yeah,
screen
offset.
and
Yeah,
stuff. I'm like, you can feel this is a disaster.
yeah.
The Thing's famous catchphrase comes from his
His
abusive
abusive
brother.
parents, their parent, our brother.
Brother,
Right. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then
It's
the
clobber
brother
time.
says it. The brother says it, and then it's not said until the end again.
Yeah.
And so there's not even like I'm reclaiming it. He
Yeah.
just says it.
Yeah.
And then his fucking rock cock is out because he's not wearing pants.
Yep.
From Fortnite, the big rock cock made of rock.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you.
But now it's made of chrome. The big chrome
Oh
rock
yeah.
cock that used to be made
Yeah.
of rock, but now it's made of chrome.
Okay. I haven't played Fortnite in like 2 weeks. I played some of the Chrome stuff, and then
It's
I
fine.
was like, okay.
Oh, Overwatch 2 is so fucking boring.
Oh yeah,
Holy
I've heard
shit.
greatly terrible things about that, and it's really
Jesus
fun.
Christ. I lost all my so I was okay, preface. I was really into Overwatch as a freshman in college when it came out. I was
Yeah.
obsessed and I had
Weeb. Is it a weeb thing? I don't think it's not a weeb thing.
no, but I was a weeb because I was into Hanzo and
Okay.
Genji. So
Okay.
like you can call me that.
Sure.
Because I had most of their skins at the time. Like I had kind of all the legendary like I was like really into it. And I spent like $100 on loot boxes and shit.
Jeez, okay.
Little do I know, Overwatch 2 eliminates Overwatch 1 entirely. And you only save your skins from Overwatch 1 if you link your Battle.net account to your Overwatch 1 and to Overwatch, like if you did it before Overwatch 2 came out. So I fucking download Overwatch 2 and I boot it up and I lost everything. And I can't get it back because I wasn't on PC because I'm on PS5. So I'm like, all right, well now I don't care because I can't
Anymore,
even
and
look
you're just
cool.
not gonna play.
Yeah. And it's just Overwatch 1 with 5 people because they don't have the fucking story mode yet. Why the fuck would you release the game without the one thing that like you were pitching the game as? It's so fucking boring. Ugh, yeah. And they don't even have a fucking Halloween event. The Halloween event was the most fun shit in the world. And they don't even have it this year because they decided to do Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's my take.
It's a shame.
It's still a fun feeling
Blizzard
game,
is such
but Blizzard
a good
also
company,
sucks.
and they don't deserve.
Yeah, Blizzard
this.
fucking yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even. It's like if it wasn't Blizzard and it was just like okay, well it's a fun game and now it's free.
Yeah,
I could live with it. But it's the fact that and it's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Fortnite does that with my shit, I'm probably also maybe in a similar boat where it's like, now that I play the game for my fucking Flash Grant Gustin skin, but if it's gone, it's like, where is it?
But it's like it's my fault. I know it's my fault. Like because I was supposed to link it before. If I had been following the whole shit, I would have known about this. Yeah. But I forgot to. You know, like I'd never heard of this, and I also don't have the disc for Overwatch 1 anymore. Like I sold that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So like I had the save data, but I didn't have the whatever. So that's on me mostly. Is what I'm saying.
It's still stupid, and it's Blizzard, so you are not to blame because it's Blizzard.
Exactly. So fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing, do you think the MCU needs more Spider people?
I think so.
Yeah.
Anybody, I mean, except for more Peter Parkers, but I think,
Yeah.
you know,
I tweeted it
fucking.
out because they were talking about the Madam Web behind the scenes where it looks like there's a certain spider person that we don't
Mhm,
know who they are, like behind the scenes or whatever the fuck.
mhm.
And I was like, is this the first time we've seen a spider person live action that isn't Peter? And technically, people in the comments corrected me. There is Japanese Spider-Man, which for some reason I thought was still Peter Parker, but it's not. It is a different
No.
person.
Yeah, it's a
But
whole different
aside
thing.
from that, we have never had a live action spider character who isn't Peter, which
Yeah,
is fucked, you know?
yeah.
Would you rather the first person after Peter now be Miles, or can it be someone else like in fucking Madam
If
Web?
they announced a Spider-Man 2099 movie tomorrow, I would be fucking ecstatic.
Okay.
I would think that's the coolest thing in the world. Yeah, Miles would be cool, but like
Take your
then
time
you
with
deal
Miles.
with, but yeah, and also unless if he's older,
Hmm.
because Miles is so fucking young in the comics when he's
Yeah.
introduced. He's a fucking 12-year-old or something, right? Or 13. He's an eighth grader.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just like, to get an actor for that, you gotta cast a child, like an
That's a
actual
lot.
child,
Yeah.
not 18-year-old Tom Holland who can play 16,
Yeah.
but a 15-year-old who looks 12. Which even
Mm.
then 15's I don't know, because I was watching Cobra Kai and there's a kid in that. I was like, oh, he'd be a pretty good Miles, I think. And then
Yeah.
I saw
There's
how
like
old he
a
was,
little
and
kid.
he's like 14. I'm like, oh fuck, that's
Mm.
too young
Yeah.
to be involved in this shit.
You need someone who just always looks young, but
Yeah,
is older
or
than
just
like
start
16.
Miles. Everybody made fun of me, but I think the idea of an older Miles played by old Childish Gambino would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think they should just like do him in. We've seen Spider-Verse. You don't need to do exactly Spider-Verse again, you know?
yeah,
And we've seen the
and you
game. You
got the
don't need to
games.
do
Yeah,
the game again. So it's if we are so far past repeating origins, then don't.
yeah.
He's
Which
a Spider-Man. That's it.
yeah, we're not past Origins because the last trilogy was a trilogy long origin.
Trilogy of
Apparently,
Origins.
you know.
Yeah. Don't
You
remind
know,
me.
I think it might be interesting if they bring in Spider Verse Miles and have Shamik Moore play live action Miles as like they age up, because they aged him up. I don't know. That's a whole
That
thing.
could work.
Yeah, but I would also want an actor with Latino descent also.
Yeah,
Descent.
that's
Why did I
true.
say descent? That was weird.
Is he not of? I thought he was. I don't know. For some
Who,
reason, I thought
Miles
it was
or Shamik?
Shamik Moore. No, he's not.
Oh, he might be. I don't know.
Okay. I didn't.
I just assume not, but he might be. I
He spoke
don't know.
Spanish in it, so I was like, oh, okay. Came fluently, but I that could be assuming. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
I
know.
mean, I hate to break it to
People
you, but
can
people
speak.
can just speak other
People can speak
languages.
Spanish. I did Spanish for 3 years in high school, and
I thought that meant you were Spanish.
oh yeah, no, that makes me yeah. No. But yeah,
But yeah.
I don't remember any Spanish from high school. I remember a couple things. My
Mhm.
last year of Spanish in high school was my professor playing in Enrique Iglesias music videos. So
Yeah.
like I didn't learn shit, sadly. So
That's really cool.
yeah, there you go. The information that everyone wanted and was asking for desperately.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know any other better place to end it off then. So,
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really mean today. What happened to me?
What did
I
you?
just
Oh,
like
I fucking that's because when I was almost a pumpkin for this episode, and
oh
then you were
yeah,
like, "You
sorry.
slimy little asshole!
I
You're
did.
such a slimy bitch!" And I was like, "Jesus Christ, Mithy,
Yeah, I
it's a
don't mean to be
joke."
mean. I don't mean to be mean. I don't know what's going on. I just I'm not I'm sorry. I'm
Mhm.
real I'll go back to watching that. Fuck. Okay, you slimy little bitch. Fuck you.
I comment down below if you want me to do an entire episode of the podcast like this, and I will literally do it. If we get 10 comments that say to do it, I will do it.
I look at my screen during the episode.
If we get 1,000 subs by
Oh
this week,
yeah,
I will
that's
do
okay.
this whole
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
I will do a whole
Yes.
episode as a
Yeah,
pumpkin,
yeah. You'll
and
do
we'll
this
make it a
until the end of
very
October.
serious.
You will
Yeah.
do this until the end of October.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
On
On the Black Adam review and everything.
the black, yeah, okay, yeah, do that. Is that the thing you need to realize? Some people who listen to the podcast can just switch tabs. That is so weird to see you yawn, but as It throws, what the fuck? This is throwing me off. Stop.
Wait, you don't like this?
No, it's just, what are you doing? This is like the fucking, this is like abstract horror.
This,
I,
I'm just the annoying orange.
yeah,
I hope you know that.
yeah, that, I know. Is I
I
fucking,
keep bumping my mic.
good job, Troy.
You
That's
didn't
all I
see
have
it
to
because
say.
I'm a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thanks everybody for joining us this episode of
I'm
Fanboy Talk.
tired.
I'm your host,
Pumpkin boy,
17.
Pumpco, Troya Pumpco. No,
That sounds like Funko Pop. I don't like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Funko boy.
Funko Bunko.
Funko Bunko.
Everybody that tries to do like a parody of my name, they always do like something boy. I'm like, no, it has to fucking rhyme. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
If my name wasn't Troy, if my name was like Richard, it wouldn't be Richard O'Boyo 17. Although would it be funny? It's Troy. The whole point is that it's a little rhymey game. It's
It's the
fun.
Oyo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Check my head. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching this.
Whatever.
This was a fun one.
This
was
was
a
good.
silly little guy.
It's
A silly little thing.
funny. It's
Yeah.
comedy. I will. I don't have pumpkin. I just have a fucking. I don't have props. I don't have prop humor. I'm sorry.
No balls.
I'm above that.
No.
I'm a classy stand-up
You're
comedian.
so classy.
I'm a classy
with
stand-up
your-
comedian.
You with your video of yourself playing in the background the
Yep.
entire time.
And you, but cut off.
I'm not on screen. I don't know what my
Fuck,
arm
I can't
is.
reach it.
My
headphones are too-
horrendously scarred arm
Yeah, that
from popcorn.
you can't see any of this. This TV
Nope.
sucks.
It's really funny.
But,
It's not the TV. It's that you're just focused on. You're exposed for
that's
yourself,
part of
which
it,
is
too.
what you want exposed for the
It's all-
TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You can only
Okay.
see the TV in future
Okay.
episodes, and you can't see anything else. I look forward to the next episode where I have to look at your fucking pumpkin face for an hour and a half straight. Okay, that makes it worse. It's not even the tongue, is the teeth. That's the problem with annoying orange. It's the okay. Yeah. This is
It's Halloween. You got to get scared a little bit.
This is an abstract episode of Over the Garden Wall. That's what this is.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
I'm ending it now.
Leave.
All right. See everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.